All right, welcome to Virtual Huddle. I'm your host, Justin, full-time software engineer, double full-time, double overtime Warriors fan.
Double overtime Warriors fan is sick.
God.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Mark, part-time Chem E student, part-time Lakers fan. Go Lakers. All right. I'm Ant, full-time law student, and crazy Knicks fan.
Crazy
Okay.
Knicks fan. That's how you gonna start it. All right, my name Kay, and I'm just a fan of basketball and football. Those are my. I don't really have a team.
AK bandwagon, y'all, but okay. He is a bandwagon. He is a
That's what it
bandwagon.
sounds like.
Accusation off top.
So with Super Bowl Sunday right around the corner, we're going to get into these predictions for the game. I'm rolling with the Seahawks. I just think that, it's going to come down to whether they can control the ball and not turn the ball over. Drake may, been performing well. I think he probably got robbed for the MVP, but that's another conversation. Hey, I'm just saying, a Justin Herbert first place vote is crazy. But, the Seahawks' problem this season was turnovers. They had a lot of those. This playoff, Sam Darnold has no interceptions so far. If he keeps that going, I like their chances to win.
I feel
Mark?
that. I think it's gonna be a good game personally. Coming into this year, actually, both teams won 4 games last year, which is crazy. But I think I'm personally going with Seattle. I think the Seahawks just had like a tougher playoff schedule, and me personally, Drake May is overrated. Let's just call a spade a spade. And then, to give a little bit more analysis on it, though, the Seahawks are just like a more complete team. Coming down to their defense, probably the best defense in the league. Offensive line is good. It just comes down to Sam Darnold and if he can actually perform or not. It would be hard for me to choose New England in this without me just being like a underdog fan. But I think my score prediction for this probably going to be 24-14 for me. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to go with the Seahawks too, just because their defense has been insane this entire season, and as great as Drake May has been playing, bro.
As great as he's been playing, I just don't know what they're gonna look like with that defensive line coming at him. And I know he trusts his offensive line. He likes to stay in that pocket and throw. Oh, with him staying in that pocket, I don't know how he's gonna do with all that pressure that's coming at him. They're gonna force him to have to scramble, and we're gonna have to see whether he was really, if he, as Justin said, was robbed of that MVP. If he can make these moves on scrambling and throwing, we'll see.
He do got some good wideouts though. He got
Will
some good
Campbell got to be
wideouts.
big today. This game.
He do.
Will
He
Campbell.
do.
Will Campbell. My
Mm.
prediction is I'm gonna go with the Seahawks, and the reason I'm going with the Seahawks is because of Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is playing the best ball of his career. The last game he played was the best game of his career, so I trust him to keep that going. But I have a lower score. I'm going to go with 17-14 because Drake May, like you said, I don't rate him at all, so I don't think he's overrated. And I definitely do not think he was robbed of the MVP that right went to Stafford. But
yeah,
I just don't trust Drake May to put up points on this Seattle defense. And one thing I must bring up.
I got a question for you.
Okay. One thing I must bring up.
Whenever you done.
Nick Emanwari, he sprained his ankle in practice. He is the Seahawks' most versatile player, I guess you could say that. He's like a linebacker, DB, but sometimes he'll even stand on the defensive line. But I still think Sam Darnold will continue his hot streak. But I'm going to go with 17-14 Seattle.
17-14.
All right, yeah. I'm probably looking at, I like 24-21. Or
Mm,
24-20. 24-20, yeah.
Okay, I mess with that. I mess with that. I will say I do have a question for y'all because Kay brought up a good point of like trusting like Drake May. Do y'all trust
Mm,
any of these quarterbacks in the Super Bowl? Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't trust any of these. I just really trust the defense and which defense is gonna play better, honestly.
yeah.
I don't really trust the quarterbacks though.
I trust Sam Darnold just off the fact that he been just playing well, no
playing the
interceptions.
best
I
ball of
mean,
his
seem like
career.
he's locked in for the yeah, he seem like he locked in for the playoffs.
And he also has
I just
who?
feel like
JSN.
man, JSN. And I
JSN.
Like,
mean,
Yeah,
that's that's my X factor for the game. I think, the game plan should be for both teams. Prevent turnovers, safe plays, and I think the playmakers are gonna, win this game. And I think that JSN is the best playmaker on the field outside of, quarterbacks, and he's the most impactful player, I think, on the offensive side of the ball. So it'll be up to the Seahawks to get him the ball and up to the Patriots to stop him from getting the ball and to tackle him in space when he gets the ball. Because if they don't tackle him, it's gonna get ugly.
But teams been saying
I
that
can
all
agree.
year, so we'll see.
Yep.
Teams
I
been
can
saying the same
I can
thing all
agree.
year. You couldn't stop him.
Yeah,
I mean, and speaking of Sam Darnold, let's not act like Kenneth Walker didn't have a great game last game too, because
exactly, exactly.
what did he
I
have? What was it? 3 or 4 touchdowns?
think it may have been three. I don't remember though. I don't remember though.
I
I
know it
don't
was
think they're gonna
definitely
be able to
it was
run
at
on the
least 3.
Patriots. 3 touchdowns. I
You
don't
don't
think
think
they're gonna
so?
be able to run the ball on the Patriots. That's one thing I do trust about the Patriots. The Patriots do have defense. Their
Yeah,
offense,
I
I
think
don't really
both.
trust their offense, but the Patriots do have a good defense.
Yeah,
I think they
me
given up 2
personally,
touchdowns. Go ahead.
two.
2
Yeah,
touchdowns in the
I
postseason,
and
uh,
Yeah.
that's
and we
crazy.
know
I
what
will
they
say
did to
that's
Stroud.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give him do you take points away for this snow game against what Stidham?
I don't blame it on the snow. I just blame it on Stidham. Stidham. I mean, he hasn't thrown a pass in 2 years, so that's a lot to ask for Stidham to go out and play
That's
in the
fair.
AFC
That's very
Championship
fair.
game, and you haven't thrown a pass in 2 years. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is crazy. That
that's
is
just
crazy. I will say,
that was more Jerry Stidham than the Patriot defense, in my opinion. But what they did to C.J.
yeah.
Stroud, I'll give the Patriots more credit for that. C.J. Stroud, I think he had 5 books, played the worst game of his life. So I
We're not even
forgive
gonna talk
that.
about CJ Stroud, dog.
They made a man go
CJ,
cut his hair.
yeah, that's terrible,
Yeah.
bro. That's terrible.
But
I would
he
say
ain't
me
been that bad.
personally, my
Go
my
ahead.
X factors, it's just the defense. I'm not gonna lie. I personally don't trust any of these quarterbacks, but I know for a fact I'm gonna get good defense from both sides. So whichever defense plays better, that's the team who's gonna win. I just don't personally trust these quarterbacks.
For me, I mean, aside from the offensive line, I think a big factor is going to be Stephon Diggs and what he does out there because he's been coming up big for them lately. And when in doubt, Drake May has favored throwing it to Stephon Diggs. So
Yeah.
we got to
The
see
boy got a
what
lot on the line.
he does. And he got a kid on the way. You know how dudes play when they got kids on the way. You got
Hey
a family to
man,
feed.
Mm.
got a family to feed, dog.
All right,
My
that's
X factor is by
okay.
far what I think is the best weapon in the game. And that's by far JSN. He won Offensive Player of the Year last night. I think that was well deserved. And he's also only 35 yards away from becoming the 3rd player ever to have 2,000 yards, regular season and post. So he's 35 yards away from that.
Mm,
I think he easily gets that maybe in the first quarter.
Yeah, for sure.
But the reason I don't see a lot of points is because the Patriots defense is that they're good in the red zone. The Patriots red zone defense will be pretty good, but I think JSN can get loose for 1 touchdown and maybe about 75 yards on 5 catches. But I think he'll do more than enough uh, to lead his team. He might be the MVP of this game. I don't know.
Might be. I mean, like I said earlier, I think getting the ball in space is gonna be hard for them to stop him because I think, a couple big plays is gonna win this game. I don't think Sam Darnold's gonna have the game he had the last 2 games where he's passed for over 300, 400 yards.
Yeah, I definitely don't see that either. The Patriots aren't gonna let him do that. But as long as Sam Darnold doesn't turn the ball over, you can turn it over one time. Okay, one turnover I could see one turnover. 2 turnovers, I think you get into dangerous territory where the Patriots can probably get upset. As long as he keeps it to 1 turnover or fewer, I like Seattle in this game because I don't think Drake May can keep up.
I can agree. I can agree.
Speaking of turnovers, yeah,
4-0 Seattle.
quite the turnover. Quite the turnover in the NBA this trade deadline.
Mm.
A lot of
Oh my goodness, man.
lot of I guess not unexpected, but underwhelming moves. Everybody was waiting on Giannis to get traded, but obviously that didn't happen. So let's get into some of our winners and losers of this trade deadline.
Justo, can I go first? Can I
Go
please
ahead.
go first?
Being passionate about this one.
One of, if not my biggest losers this trade deadline is the New Orleans Pelicans. And I promise you I understand y'all saying, oh, they didn't do anything. That's the point. Y'all have so many valuable players on your team. Trey Murphy, Herb Jones can go for multiple first-round picks, and y'all think y'all can win. Joe Dumars and them said, oh, I think we have a championship roster, a playoff roster, and y'all are 14th in the West. Y'all are 13-40, and y'all don't have y'all pick this year. What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, like, what are y'all doing? The only positive I can give to this team is the Dairy Queen trade doesn't look that bad. It just don't look that bad because Dairy Queen is actually a good basketball player. But other than that, that's probably my biggest loser because I just don't understand who y'all think y'all are. Like, I don't know what the Pelicans, what they're doing personally. But, yeah, that's my first loser because, man, somebody
I
fire
think
him immediately.
I think honestly they could have blown some stuff up. I mean, Zion's played 37 games before the All-Star break. I mean, I think that's plenty
A healthy
reason to be like,
Zion.
hey,
Gotta be
get
a
out of
career high.
here.
Healthy. Trey Murphy playing best basketball of his career. Like, what are we?
Zion played he played 61 games his second year, and then he played 70 that one year. But other than that, he's higher than all the other years, and we're only at the All-Star break, so he could touch. I mean, if he stays healthy,
65. He can touch 65.
Is there gonna be enough games left? There should be. Yeah,
it should be. If
No,
he would,
I don't think
of
it's
course, have to
how
play
many
almost
games?
every single game. He would have to probably play every single game, but
Yeah,
he's probably
28.
not doing that. Yeah,
there are 28 games left.
yeah. I think that's 65, like on the dot, actually.
No, I'm saying that's 28. He needs 28 games. I don't know how many they have left. Let me see their record.
They're 13-40 right now. As
13-40.
Well, they
that's enough games.
Which
is
that enough games?
So
let me do some quick math real
40,
quick,
bro.
53. Yeah, they got enough games.
insane.
They got enough games.
They have
By
enough
one.
games,
He
but
can miss one game.
He was one game. Like, yeah, but
So hey, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm a team like, I mean, I said this a while ago. If I'm a team like San Antonio, I'll take that. I mean,
absolutely not. I'm not touching
if I can
Zion
get
20-foot pole game.
really,
No,
San Antonio,
I'm leaving
yeah, I
Zion in
wouldn't.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
wow.
Now,
I
Justo,
like
I will say this though, Justo. I'll say this though. I thought your Warriors could have did like a Jimmy Butler, Kuminga, and all they picks for Trey Murphy and Zion. That would have been better than what y'all got right now, man. But I ain't.
Trey Murphy.
Hey, we'll get to them later. Don't worry about it. We'll get to them later.
Hey,
Go
I
ahead.
can't won't say too much.
Oh, Ant, want to go?
Speaking of that though, I do like that trade that the Knicks did. I think bringing in Jose Alvarado, especially with Deuce McBride hurt and gonna be out for a little while, having that backup QB that brings energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's from New York too. Like, come on, bro.
He's from Brooklyn.
He gonna bring the energy to the. You know what I'm saying? He gonna bring that energy And that's something we need. We need at MSG or wherever we play because we need energy players. Josh Hart has been the heart of our team. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. When he's in there, we play a lot better. Was that Alvarado being added on to that? We got some dogs in there that's going to be getting at you on defense. It's going to be real annoying to play with us.
Right. And
All
so,
right, so
question.
hold
I
on.
have
No, real quick.
You
I got
got
one.
it, Justin. You got it.
Real quick, because we know he's not going to be the lead guard. He's not going to be the number one guard, right? Of course, obviously, we know that.
Yeah.
Mr.
Come on.
Jalen Brunson.
Mr. Clutch.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
With an average height about 6. Jalen Brunson's listed at 6'2". Alvarado listed at 6 feet. I mean, we know how that goes.
Listed at 6 feet. It's crazy.
So
Bro.
I feel like people are gonna see food when they, like, let's say hypothetically Cade Cunningham.
I guess you're gonna put OG or
I
McCall
was
on
gonna say,
them.
yeah, they want,
like you not. They
But
not
no,
gonna
they
guard
they
Cade,
setting
though.
screens.
Yeah,
They're
but
gonna
I
set
know
those
like
screens.
like
Who,
the inverted
Duncan
pick and
Robinson
roll,
gonna set
bring
the screen?
somebody.
It don't matter.
Whoever
It
they
doesn't
have
matter.
Brunson, yeah,
'Cause guess
whoever they have
what?
Brunson on, like,
Because because either they don't stop Cade's drive, whoever's if it's Duncan Robinson, he's gonna peel off and shoot. He's what, 6'5"?
Nah, he's like
not
6'7". He's like 6'7".
Okay, he's not worried about Jose Alvarado or Jalen Brunson coming to close out on that.
Hey, man.
I mean,
yeah, he's not. And then y'all rim
that's
protection,
a good
dog,
play.
bro.
Well, hold on, Mitchell Robinson.
Bro,
Mitchell
he
Robinson.
We gonna get him out, bro.
Yeah,
He's getting hacked.
He can't play 30 minutes in a series game. Come on, bro.
He's getting hacked.
Bro,
we not doing
y'all
that,
y'all must not see Cat starting to be more on the defensive side lately. Like, I know his offense hasn't been what it's usually been, but he's focusing more on defense because we need him to. That's why his offense ain't really there for real now.
What about the five?
Hey, Justin, you ready for one of your losers or winners game? Because Ant over here trolling, bro.
I'm trolling.
He's over trolling.
I'm trolling.
Ant, how is Towns gonna stay out of foul trouble, Ant? He gets switched onto James Harden out there on the perimeter, he gonna foul him.
Yeah, immediately.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
At the first movement.
We're not worried about Cleveland.
Actually, let's not even talk about Cleveland right now. Let's move on to let's move on because I got something to say about Cleveland.
So I'll get into one of my winners. Well, my winners, I'm gonna be brief so to not go too far into other people's stuff. Long term, people that play the long term game. That was my winner of the trade deadline, right? So examples of that, long term moves. Obviously not for this season. The Washington Wizards, of course.
That's my number one.
Trae Young and Anthony Davis probably won't see the floor much, if at all, this season. They have to secure that pick. I think they lose it at what, 8?
They lose at
8 or 9.
9. I think they lose at 9.
5 through 9. 5 through 9.
It's 5. 5 through 9. Okay,
that's
okay. Yeah, so they need to keep that close to number 1 as possible. They can't afford to lose that. But even if they do, they won't be in the worst position in the world. But I'm sure they'd be a lot happier.
Hold on, you talking about the Wizards or the Pacers?
The Wizards.
The Wizards? I thought the Pacers traded that pick. A pick like that.
Yeah, that's the Pacers.
Yeah, that's the Pacers pick.
I think the Wizards are
the Wizards just traded. Yeah, the Wizards.
I
just
don't think
traded,
they traded their pick. I don't think they traded their pick, did they?
Yeah, they didn't trade their first round pick this year.
All right, so they keep that. They keep that pick top 5. They load up next year, coming back with a starting lineup. Trae Young. They gonna have Trey Johnson at the 2 unless they draft Darryn Peterson, and it might be bye for Trey.
Yeah.
They're gonna have one of their wings in there. AD can finally play the 4. With another athletic center in Alex Sarr, who's coming into his own as a player. But yeah, not to go too far into detail there, but I like that for their future. Obviously not, like I said, this year they have no intention of winning, but next year I think that's going to be a team in the East that's. I mean, if you see them in the playoffs, not going to be a tough out. Obviously, if AD is healthy, that's their biggest concern. The next team playing a long-term game is the Pacers. I mean, they kind of have to, with Halliburton not coming back until next season. Getting Zubac, I think they're going to mesh well. he might, start to shut it down a little more too.
Yeah.
Picks are you're starting to get into that time after the All-Star break. Celtics, of course, getting Vooch. That's a good pick. That might turn into some gold this year if Tatum can come back,
I
get his
think
stride.
Justo stole my list. Hold on.
My fault, but I know you ain't got this one on your list because this might ruffle some feathers. My last winner, long term, the Golden State Warriors.
Are we dead at?
Reason,
Are we serious?
let me explain. Now, when I say winner, I mean like a
Okay.
solid B plus. Nothing crazy. We're not giving A's, right? Here's what I say: if we weren't giving up Jimmy Butler, we weren't planning for this year anyway, right? That's $52 million. I think 53 million. You can't try to win a championship with that much money missing. Impossible. The same thing I say about, you know, uh, a lot of conversation around the 2016 to 2022 Warriors, whatever you want to say. People say if you take KD off that team, then what, right? But you have to replace KD's money. You know what I'm saying? You can't just take KD off the team and give them the team. But that's a whole nother debate, of course. But yeah, I think we get Kuminga out of there in that bad press. I think that was a bad relationship. I think Kuminga can get, he can play well in Atlanta. I think the fit in the Warriors wasn't for him. He wasn't really with the whole defer to Steph plan, which I think, you know, he would have benefited very well off of just setting screens and slipping and being in, certain spots ready to cut when they're setting pick and rolls.
He don't
I think
want
he
to
would have
do that.
benefited well, but you
Yeah,
know,
he don't. He just
he
doesn't.
I think you have to want to do that for it to work. So if he don't want to do that, then it's up.
Send him to Atlanta.
I don't like getting
Yeah.
rid of Buddy. I like Buddy. He was a shooter, but you know, it is
Mm.
what it is. Kristaps, bro, I don't know what's going on with Kristaps. He's been talking about Achilles tendonitis, but we know that's not the real issue. I mean, obviously that's scary, especially in today's NBA. Anything Achilles calf is, not welcome. But he has an illness that's been holding him out for a very long time. And I mean, I don't know if we can trust that. But to be fair, his contract is over with this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the opportunity to either bring him back on a lesser deal or, let him walk if we don't like him. And then also, I think for us to be competitive next year in any regard, Draymond Green has to opt out of that contract and re-sign with
I
less money. I
agree.
think
I
I think if he's
agree.
if he's serious about winning, if this is about
Nope.
anything other than money, he can't opt into that contract because if
I'm
Draymond
opting
Green,
in.
similar to what I was saying about Jimmy Butler, you can't have Draymond Green taking up 27 million. That's just he
He
doesn't
Nasty.
produce
earned
as
it.
much as he used to,
Draymond earned his
Nasty.
million.
and he did earn his checks. He did earn that. Now, if this was a different society, this was 10 years ago, we'd be letting Steph and Draymond and Clay would still be there on max contracts,
Mm.
playing 30 minutes a game, riding out to the sunset, getting beat by 20 every night, and we'll call it a season or a career for all of them. But since I think we have this championship culture, I see it a lot on podcasts and stuff, other podcasts and ESPN, where it's like, I mean, as a Steph Curry fan, what more does he have to prove? Like, obviously, you want to win more, right? Like, everybody wants to win more. Everybody wants to win more. But from where he came into the NBA at to where he is right now, he has nothing else to prove. Like, nobody would think he would be here. And I mean, the risk reward just isn't there for me. Like, I don't want to see him in another jersey. And if that happens and he don't win a championship, it's for nothing. And he ruined being, I
A
mean,
one-time
nowadays it's
guy.
probably one or two players every I don't know. I mean, when we gonna see the next person? Giannis looking like he wants to leave. Luka
Jokic,
seemed
maybe?
like he didn't want to leave. Yeah, it's probably gonna be Jokic.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be
Jokic,
Jokic.
probably.
Um,
Justin, I have some questions for you, bro.
go ahead, hit me with some questions.
I,
I'm
I
with it.
just I just can't let you slide
Go
saying
ahead.
Golden State are winners of this trade deadline while getting someone who hasn't played basketball in I don't know how long and
Long
Kristaps.
term, we we
Long
we
term.
root for
What
next
what
season.
what are you
What's the
getting next
plan?
season?
What's the plan?
Like, what's the
It
plan? You
it
lose
gives us
money
Jimmy
it
is
gives us
out next
flexibility.
season.
and
He's an expiring
to
contract.
to do what
Jimmy's coming
exactly?
back around probably around this time next year.
Jimmy?
So you're
Hold
relying
on,
on
no,
a
bro.
38-year-old
No,
Jimmy
wait,
Butler
whoa,
coming
whoa,
off
whoa,
ACL?
whoa, 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 whoa. I'm just saying, Jimmy's gonna come back next year and contribute to the team. I think Jimmy needs to be the third option for us to win in general anyway. Whether he was before
Okay.
pre ACL, post ACL, I think that's the case. I think he's the type of player that might be able to take over a game or two, but you can't rely on him. Well, I can't say that, but I don't think we're gonna be, especially not after the ACL. I don't think we're gonna be rely on him to get 25 plus. I think he's gonna be in that, especially now, about
18 to
15,
20.
18, 20, somewhere in there, sweet spot, depending on the game plan. I think we need another player, and I think getting Kristaps' expiring contract gives us some flexibility. I think Draymond opting out and signing for less would help. And I mean, there's a free agent in LA that we saw how the chemistry worked in Paris. I mean,
Okay, let's go. Let me go and shut that down. Like right now, Austin Reeves isn't leaving LA, but
Austin. Oh, we're not talking about Austin Reeves.
you talking about Kawhi?
No, I mean that's an option, but they don't want to trade with us because they would have given us PG whenever that was.
Yeah. Who are you referring to in LA?
Who do you think I'm talking about?
I said the names. I thought
The one. Look, because
The one who's a free agent after this
if
year.
the one who I'm talking about, the one who's going talking about, if him and 30 come get that fifth ring together, it'll be magical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So can I address something right quick?
Go
And
ahead.
I be seeing this on Twitter and all social medias. I didn't think Warriors fans were like actually delusional until like I start like actually like hearing some of the stuff that they say.
How is
There's
that
no you think you're getting Giannis? Who are you referring to?
LeBron James?
Oh, LeBron. LeBron is gone after this season, guys.
Gone? You mean retiring?
Yeah, he's out of here.
Oh,
dog.
definitely not. Definitely not.
LeBron
Definitely
not
not. Definitely not.
retiring.
I think he's retiring.
He
LeBron
gonna
wouldn't go to
he
the
gonna have a
Warriors. He wouldn't
farewell
do
tour,
that.
bro.
Definitely, he gonna have a farewell.
He'd go to Cleveland before he goes to the Warriors.
Hold on. But even then, I'm the biggest LeBron James fan in the world. Are y'all relying on a 42-year-old LeBron, 39-year-old Curry, 38-year-old Jimmy Butler? Like, what are y'all relying on right now? Is that y'all
wisdom and help?
We see how that worked out
and
for the
a
Clippers.
37-year-old Draymond.
Okay,
Are we serious?
hold on, wait, whoa, Ant, relax. Steph Curry is not James Harden. LeBron is not Kawhi.
Yeah, he's not. He's not right now. He's not. He's not.
Who else? And Jimmy Butler is not Bradley Beal. I don't think we'll have to worry about. I think if we got those players when Jimmy comes back from the All-Star break, obviously during that beginning of the season, LeBron gonna be playing probably once a week, if that. He probably gonna play away games only for real. You know how he gonna be. Then when the All-Star comes back, get ramped up for the playoffs. If we go that route, we could go a totally different route. I'm just really speaking
am I the
from
only
a fan
person
standpoint.
am I the only person just like
no, because he said what I said about the Knicks was insane. That is like
hold on, whoa. Okay, I'm really just freestyling. Obviously, perfect world, my dream scenario.
Losers,
LeBron
Justin. They're losers.
It's
over. They're not.
The Warriors are done, bro. And
okay, look, and that's what I'm talking about right there, and that's what I'm talking about. Everybody's, I think, because the Warriors were so good, everybody's so happy to see them be done. But
We're
it's
not
like
happy. They're just done.
Okay, but okay, hold on, wait. But why nobody really get like I've never seen people announce that teams are done.
What you mean, bro?
They're announcing the Clippers are done right now.
Because you normally don't talk about done teams.
Bro,
okay, it's not, but like it's not like the
correct me if I'm wrong.
Thank you, K. That's my point, K. That's my point. That's my point. Why are the Warriors a point of emphasis in anybody's talk?
Well,
like,
you just brought
we've been
up.
Trash since.
You just brought them up.
Wait, I'm talking in terms of why is Steph Curry needing to leave the Warriors a point of discussion, and it's not just here.
Well,
I've seen other places.
People are saying.
I don't think that's discussion.
I've heard it, and people are saying because he still got some game left in him, and so he should go take his talent somewhere to get more
chances.
Because he's not going to win in
he's not.
Golden
But that's
State.
fine. Why does he need to win?
I don't think. Hey, I don't think he
He
needs
wanna
to
prove he better
win.
than
I
Magic.
think they should
It's
have
not
kept Clay.
need.
They should have kept Draymond. They should have kept that whole core and just said, "Hey, we're about to ride out and just we gonna be
Yes.
bad for years." That's
But
what they should have
Yes.
did.
but they didn't do that, and they started making trades. And my thing is, hold on, this brings up to my point. What are your thoughts on the fact that I've heard some people say Kerr does not develop his players? Like, look at the picks he's had since
What do I say
doesn't.
about that? What do I say about that?
since he's came in, the draft picks he's had. What's happened with them?
I don't. Okay, let me. First of all, I mean, I think we can. Okay, we can get into this because I don't. We can get back into the winners and losers later. I have a very strong opinion on this. I don't think Steve Kerr is as good of a coach as he gets credit for.
I
think
think
Steve
we all
Kerr.
agree. I think we all agree.
No,
here.
we don't all
No.
agree. We don't all
No.
agree.
Hold on.
Don't-
Hint, you agree, correct?
Kate is
so
the
it's
one who
Kate.
disagrees.
Okay.
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 So
Ant don't
he
agree.
might need a whole separate monologue for his
Ant doesn't
stance on
agree
this.
either.
Mhm.
But
That's crazy, dog.
so he said Ant don't agree either. So basically, I think Steve Kerr. I think he had courage. He knows basketball. Obviously, like don't get me. Like, he's not a bad coach in terms of NBA. He's not like he's in the upper echelon of coaches for sure.
Of course.
But I think I think I don't fault the players for this. When I give grace to the players before I give grace to the coaches, right? That's just how I am as a person. As somebody who is interested in coaching basketball, like I still feel that way. Like I feel like the grace has to go to the players because that's just what it is. But coaches, a lot of people could have won with the team Steve Kerr had, right? I think if not 4 rings, definitely you get 2 or 3. So
you at least get 2.
The
You at least
KD
get 2.
era, you're
Yeah.
definitely getting 2.
Yeah, you
I
at least
mean,
get 2.
and if you count the injury, like if you don't count the injury, or if you don't include the injury, you
That
could
could
have
be 3.
You
Yeah.
never know, right?
Hey, let's not get into the injury thing.
Yeah, we're not getting in.
I mean, but I don't think that's. I think injuries is a part of everybody's
it's a part
championship
of
run.
basketball.
I don't think that's like a fault for anybody. If
it
if
should never be a
everybody
knock.
if everybody gets hurt, everybody gets hurt. I got to play who's in front of me. I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm saying, I'm
That's
just
what it
saying,
is.
let's ignore that injury part then, because if we get into injuries, some of them rings.
It's
I mean,
a lot of-
everybody's had injuries though, and you can say the same thing for every. You can nitpick every ring. You can get an asterisk for every ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm
since the
saying.
beginning of time. There's no
Let's not
point of-
bring up. Yeah, I think that's what Ant's saying. Like, let's not even bring up.
No,
the
Ant's trying to
injuries.
jab at the
No,
Warriors. He's trying to
I
sneak
said
this.
let's
and-
not bring it up because
Yeah,
if we
So
do,
what's the point of
then-
repeating it and looking in the camera like that? You act like I can't see you.
Hey, look,
What you got to say,
You're
Ant?
the one that said, well, he said if it wasn't for injuries, it might be 3. But I'm saying if it wasn't for injuries, the Warriors don't
A
even
lot
get that
of-
first
bro,
ring.
they
The Warriors don't even get that
They
first
don't.
ring.
Okay, but
They
then so we gonna ignore that Steph came back early from a sprained MCL in 2016.
Oh,
That don't matter.
Hold on. Hey,
goodness.
but
do we really
I-
want
I
to
get
get
there.
into
I'm
that?
just
Hold on,
saying.
hold on,
Everybody's been hurt.
just the
But back to Steve
with
Kerr.
the
sure.
developing players.
I think I don't think he has done well developing players. I think it's hard to develop players when, especially top players that are expected to come in and produce at a high level when you already have your production set. Like
I agree.
when you give a player, James Wiseman, for example, we needed him to compete at a championship level from day one almost because we lucked into him off of injuries and draft lottery, right? So he had to be he didn't have the grace of, hey, this your team, you can be trash for a week or two. I mean a year or two. You can be, you can figure it out. I
He had to
heard
be
D Wade
that immediately.
I heard D Wade the other day say players nowadays don't get the chance to come in and mess up. He said he had games where he had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 turnovers. Like that's a part of growing and figuring out the game. And when you are, especially somebody like James Wiseman who had injury problems and not injury problems, but eligibility issues in college, where he didn't get a full season there, it's like he probably hadn't played high level basketball since high school, really. And I mean, I'm sure it was too easy out there for him. So for him to have to hop straight into NBA and trying to get meaningful, championship contending minutes was probably crazy for him.
So y'all needed him to
Insane.
y'all needed him to come and produce like how Magic Johnson did when he came to the Lakers rookie season. Is that what
Hey,
I'm
come
thinking?
on, bro.
Bro,
Hey,
you tripping.
come on, bro. Come
Okay.
on. That's crazy. Justin, I do want to add a point to that though, and I don't like when like people try to like basically like shit on James Wiseman. James Wiseman deserved to be picked number 2. Like
For
he
sure.
was a he
He did.
was
make
a
that
top
pick.
prospect.
We gotta
Like
make that pick
make
100
just-
times.
if you don't draft James Wiseman, you might low key get fired. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't
Unless
want to
it's
make
Anthony
it seem
Edwards.
exactly like I don't want
And
to
he
make
was
it seem
gone.
like he shouldn't have got drafted.
Steve Kerr gets a lot of hate, and people say that he made about that making that comment about Ant and all that. People act like we had the chance to draft Ant and said
Yeah,
no.
like y'all never had the chance
I
to
can
draft him, so
say
I don't.
we weren't gonna draft you all I want to. I know you going number 1. That's like me telling Wemby I got the number 2 pick. No, we wouldn't have drafted Wemby. We scared of his injury. Don't nobody care what you would have done because you don't have a chance.
Yeah, you never had the chance. But to James Wiseman's point, I think they wanted him to play a style of basketball that he just wasn't accustomed to. They wanted
Yes,
him to
for
be
sure.
this pick and roll, rim running lob big, which that just was never his
How
name.
hard is
James
that? He
Wiseman
like
was a
7 feet
give me the
tall.
ball, I'ma dominate. We not about to do that, bro.
It's not the fact that it's hard. It's the fact that you come into the league and you not trying to do that. And some people are just not mentally tough enough to play a role that they don't want to play.
Mentally tough enough,
excel.
or you have to
How about
understand his
block a
whole
shot?
life he was given the ball. I'm the number 1 option. Like block a shot, bro.
Motivation, okay. It's I can guarantee it's like easy to go block a shot after I just dunked and hanging on the rim for 15 seconds. I go give me a block then.
So y'all did that with James Wiseman. Then the next year you get Kuminga, who has the same mindset. Then
Same mindset in what regard?
Now this is where I disagree with the draft picks. There's no way you pick Kuminga. I think Moody was a decent pick because he came out as a
Moody was
3 and D.
solid.
Yeah, he came out as like a 3 and D shooter, and I thought that was a perfect pick for them. Kuminga, you had Franz on the board. There's no way you pass up on Franz and you take Kuminga. That's to me.
I think Kuminga was too unpolished. Once again, a player who would have benefited from being on a team that was going to be getting more top draft picks in the upcoming years.
Exactly.
I
Probably
think we
like a
should have gone with.
Orlando.
Yeah. I think we probably needed a player that was more skilled, more ready to play in the NBA right then and there, not a project that we were hoping. Yeah, I think
But
honestly,
the thing is, you don't even
our
have to be
problem was the
anything
fact that we
special though.
tried to string 2 timelines together.
you didn't.
You talking about the play on the
The-
Warriors?
Moody, Kuminga, and Wiseman, they weren't even serviceable players. That's all you had to be that's all you need was to get into the rotation. They couldn't even do that.
Well, I think Moody's stepping into that. I think Moody's stepping into that now.
4 years
Kuminga
later.
literally barely played his first season.
That's what
Kuminga
I'm
didn't play
saying.
that championship season.
You know who did play?
But
I think that's a
I think that's what
coaching
he's
thing.
saying.
A
I
50-year-old
think that's a
Iguodala
coaching
played.
thing. There's no way you don't.
Coaching.
But
That's
guess
my
what?
point. Why is
But
that
it's the
the
thing.
case?
But look, this is the thing,
That
Kay. I think
because
this is
Kuminga
what
wasn't
Kuminga's problem
he wasn't
was
good
over
enough.
the time. Yeah, he wasn't ready. I don't think he was mentally as ready as NBA player needs to be. I think there were times where he had mental lapses on offense and defense and just looked lost.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more so he needed time to mature, basketball wise. He didn't have that grace. I mean, it's rough though. You get on a championship team from a lottery position, and then you coming into the draft thinking you finna get the keys to a team, or maybe be like the second option on a kind of okay team. Like let me think, like a team like early Hawks. Like Trae Young was nice. We're not gonna have a top 5 pick, but we also probably gonna get a lottery pick and make something shake. Like
Well, if that
maybe I
was the
can get on
case,
that,
why
but
he just
they
didn't say
getting
no
into a
to the
team where it's
Warriors?
like we got Steph, we got Clay.
You can't.
I mean,
because he
just
wasn't
say-
like a
before-
you
top.
just say, I
he
don't
yeah,
wasn't
that
wanna
was
a
be
before
top
that
pick.
time. You ain't had that type of. You didn't have that type
I
of.
don't think he had that type of pull though. If he was Wemby, probably. Even then,
And
Wemby
that
was
just
probably
started,
still.
bro. People weren't doing that before real, and
I mean, the thing
that
is,
time.
thinking like in Kuminga's mind, I'm getting drafted by the Warriors. I would probably want to go play for the Warriors if I was Kuminga during that time. So it's like he didn't think the
Exactly.
situation was probably going to play out like that.
I mean, because nobody, including myself, thought Steph Curry be playing at this level this long, and I think that's part of it. But I feel like as an organization, you owe Steph
Kaminga
the
could have been the number
hey,
2
we gonna
guy
ride it
right
out with
now
you.
behind
We're
Curry.
not worried about the future.
Could have.
If
And the
if
thing
he
is,
had
hey,
ascended the
I'll
way
even
he
add
was
on to that.
supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't ascend the way he was
Yeah.
supposed to. 'Cause like
I'm
right
not
now,
gonna lie.
how old he's like 24? He's like 24. He could have been
Yeah, he's like
Curry number
24,
2 guy
25.
right now.
Yeah.
Clay
No, he's
gone,
23
Draymond old,
actually. He's 23.
23. Like
Yeah.
how many years ago was he drafted?
Yeah, I
3,
think
4?
and if he
He was
Yeah,
and
drafted
you
for
know
like
what? If he
5
was
years or
more
whatever.
more of a solidified player, I think we get off of pods. And I think we have Klay Thompson still.
Actually, no,
At
time
least
out, time out, time out.
Pop can get into the
Let's talk
rotation.
about that. No,
Look
okay,
like he's finna fall out of it.
bro, hold on, time out, time out. Do y'all not remember they was reluctant to give up pods and picks for Larry Marketing? Like, I don't
which
like
is
this is
insane.
this is the stuff
Insane.
that I'm talking about, dog. I don't think this is like a coaching thing. This is like a front office. Like,
But
what are they
no,
doing?
bro, when Bob Myers left from that day on, we were cooked. Because
Like
I
to me,
think
I just don't. That shit
I don't know what
crazy,
was going
bro.
on because obviously NBA circles are very tight, and what really happened isn't gonna get out a lot of the times. But I think something was going on where I feel like Bob Myers he wanted to do one thing or another. I think he wanted to commit to either Steph or commit to the future. He, I think Joe Laker was trying to do both because he's the one that's in love with Kuminga. Um, I think that it would have been best to pick a timeline. Now, if Steph gets traded in 2023, I think it's a little different. Now you got time to really build something somewhere else versus now. I mean,
It's
of
low key
course, I
kind of
mean
too late.
anybody, but yes, you one injury, one. I mean, and you saw how the hamstring did him in the playoffs. Like it don't sound like Steph would have been ready to play until the finals almost if we would have made it that far. And
I I
even then,
think
he
the
probably wouldn't have
last
been back
point.
100%.
I think the last point before like we move back to the winners and losers though. I think the positives for y'all, at least, y'all do own like most of y'all draft capital. So if
Yeah,
y'all do just start to slide this season, next season, y'all could potentially get a decent pick. And honestly, bro, at this point, if we really want to call a spade, I think a lot of the stuff that's been going on is a combination of front office plus that guy who wear 23, Draymond Green, I genuinely think he messed up.
yeah,
Like, you can even say like the Jordan Poole dynamic, but I think like let's say if all of us was on a team and for some reason I just like punched out Ant for some reason, like I think y'all would still like feel some type of way too. Like why did he just do that to his teammate?
yeah.
To me,
Yo,
like
I would
Because
say get over it.
I think the chemistry get
That
over
was
it is crazy. See, that get
I mean,
over it is
Either
crazy.
fight him,
I think this is the
either
problem why
fight
you
in
can't
the locker
really.
room or get over it. It's still a
All right, but
business
here's the
at the end
thing,
of
though.
the day.
Okay,
You gotta move on.
it is. You right. You right. You right. But here's the thing: if it's you, right, and first of all, I mean, we've all been in practices. Teammates, high school teammates are a little different. But I'm sure when it's money involved, when fines are involved, when you losing a not even a couple, tens of thousands of dollars at any mistake,
Hmm.
whether that's in practice, game, everybody a little less reluctant to actually do something. So
Mm,
we in practice, you talking preseason, nobody thought Draymond was finna steal off on him.
yeah.
And I saw like, of course, Kenyon Martin said like he pushed him, and that was an invitation to fight. That
Oh,
wasn't
come
no
on,
threatful
bro.
push, bro. Like he was
Man,
kind
come
of
on,
more
bro.
so like get out my
Yeah, like
space, and
yeah, get out my face, like bro,
But
leave me alone. Like,
to be
come
fair,
on,
he did
bro.
have hands on him and whatever. But that's beside the point. I think that the way the Warriors handled that was terrible. I mean, Draymond was able to do whatever he wanted to and then get punished for it. The video got leaked, which was that's crazy in itself anyway. I think people probably wanted to paint Draymond out as a bad guy and probably wanted to get him out of there, but it ended up flipping on Poole.
Mm.
I
Y'all's
mean, Draymond was
future,
able to do this.
y'all's
I mean,
future,
think
literally.
about it. Think about it. That game where Katie called for the ball, Draymond turned over, blah blah
Oh
blah.
yeah, against the Clippers. Yep.
Draymond didn't really get punished for that. I think did he miss a game or something?
No,
Or
he didn't get punished. He didn't. They
it,
just
it
let
was
it. They just put it under the
and
rug like they always
and
do.
And so, like, I feel like those are the type of things that ruin, chances to win. I saw something the other day that said Draymond is the reason why Steph don't get calls, and it makes a lot of sense because, all right, we're not gonna throw him out, but guess what? When Steph comes in here and gets killed, we gonna turn a blind eye. I mean, I think that it makes so much sense. So you see clips of Steph getting guarded in the playoffs, even regular season now. Like people are just grabbing and holding them, and it's egregious to the point where it's like they have to be turning a blind eye to it. Um, but
Yeah.
say all that to say, if Poole, I think Poole was in his feelings that whole next year, which rightfully so. You can see
Yeah, they
it
right to trade
You
in
him.
can literally
games,
see it.
in like end of game. He was selfish and just doing stuff that just didn't make sense, out of character stuff. And he wasn't. It wasn't like he was taking bad shots. He was turning the ball like he was just discombobulated. And that's got to in this era of social media, bro. Getting punched out like that on camera for everybody to see, bro. That's got to take a toll on you. And
On you mentally, bro.
if we being realistic, like Draymond is 6'7", 2", whatever. If we like look at it from a willpower man to man, what was like Draymond probably gonna whoop him 9 days out the week, right? So it's like, what really can Poole do outside, do something kind of like sneaky in a way, like like if he came and snuck him or something. But like even then, that's not the way you want to go
They
about that
should
situation.
did.
So
Should have
like,
Exactly.
snuck him.
it,
Should have
That's
snuck
I
him back or
mean,
crazy,
something.
bro.
That's the only way you feel better.
Nah,
hey,
bro. That's
yeah,
the only way you feel.
yeah.
Get your lick back.
That's what I'm
I think
saying, bro.
honestly, if you damn near be like, hey, like, uh, hey, you come stand, you make sure some coaches, some players around there. You like, all right, he comes to the goal today. I'm finna knock it. I'm finna kill him.
I mean,
And as soon as you do that, just kind of step over behind everybody, like, whoa, whoa, and you got your lick back. Draymond mad for
No, I
make you
think I
move
whenever,
think
and
on.
Draymond the type to carry that anger though. I
yeah,
don't think Draymond's moving on. I think he's carrying that, and
you
then it's
probably
just gonna
right.
be a flip flop. But
It ain't
honestly,
gonna flip flop. The next one
I
probably gonna be the last one.
yeah,
yeah, I can't lie. You just got to get your one offs at that point. It's not even a.
But yeah, I think Draymond could be responsible for a lot of the demise of the Warriors for
no,
sure.
I think he's probably
He's
the sole
responsible for a lot of the
responsible.
success though too. Let's not like.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah, but and you, I think after so many times of doing that, especially when, don't get me wrong, his impact is great, right?
Defensively amazing.
But
offensively too.
eh, I I think I think a lot of people could have played his role offensively. Defensively, I think if it were the case defensively, a lot more people would do it. Maybe it's
Mm.
because he had to play that role as a 6'6" center. I don't know, but I think offensively he was definitely replaceable and benefited a lot from Steph and Clay.
I agree
It's
as
hard
well.
not to if you can't, like, if you're gonna say, "Oh, he can't shoot, we're not gonna guard him," and I got Steph, Clay, and KD, and I can just go dribble handoff and get an assist. It's a smart basketball move, of course. Like his IQ
Mm.
is through the roof, but as far as basketball skill, basketball player, he's not the greatest thing. When it comes with so many flagrant fouls and then the reaction to the flagrant fouls and the ejections and the suspensions, and
So it sounds like you're
I
saying
mean,
that you should have traded
you get
Draymond.
That's what it
That's what it
sounds like you're
sound like you're
saying.
saying.
yeah.
Once
I
y'all
think
traded Clay, you should have just traded both of them at that point.
Mm.
yeah. Once Clay left, I thought for sure it was gonna be up at that point because
But
I feel
Draymond is
like
the
Clay was
leader of
more
the
loved
locker
than
room.
Draymond.
Leader, or is he the bully of the locker room? I don't know. I
He's
don't know
both.
about
He's
that,
the
bro.
leader and the
I
bully.
don't know. That's
He
crazy,
the
bro.
voice of the
But
locker room. But
to
I still think the Warriors, I
to
don't think they're a
that's
winner
crazy.
or a loser. Even though I do like Kristaps, but you just can't trust him to stay healthy. I
Yeah,
mean,
if
the
he's
Warriors
healthy,
gonna be in the play.
Yeah,
The
when
Warriors gonna
if
be
healthy.
in the play in. Is he gonna be there? But he fits. But
yeah.
and his contract does expire.
And,
But I mean,
I looked at the standings the other day. I think we almost locked in for the 8 seed, and we can only go up because everybody from 9 and below is
yeah.
not serious about basketball this year. Uh,
So you just gotta
the
win
Clippers
one
were
game.
closing
You win.
in. They sold.
But I mean,
Uh,
yeah.
Respect the
we can.
Trailblazers. Damn,
I
never
don't. I'm
mind. They
not
on a
really worried
6
about
game win
them.
streak. I meant losing streak. They on a 6 game
And
losing
then
streak. It's
Denny
fine.
back is who knows what. Um, hopefully that gets better over All-Star break. But
Mm.
yeah,
Hey,
I
Yeah,
think the
I
Warriors are
mean,
gonna be. I mean, but think about it. Steph Curry in a playoff series. Honestly speaking, that's not nothing to blink at. Like that's nothing that you gonna if I'm looking on the roster and I see Steph, OKC, San Antonio. Obviously, we gonna win this series, right? They're trash. We just gonna stop Steph, but you have to put all your energy into stopping Steph. If you got to go boxing one, you got to go boxing one, but you have to stop Steph. And I think just that excitement that he can bring is still worth the watch. Like, whether they win
yeah, I can
win a
agree.
series or not, I think you gonna watch and see what Steph does. Like you gonna see if he gonna do something crazy because he's done it a lot of times.
okay,
But
loser,
to move
my
off from the
biggest loser,
Warriors though, yeah,
yes,
move off from
my
the Warriors.
you want to go
Go
ahead,
boys.
Mark. Mark, you gave yours already.
I was gonna say, yeah, you got it.
My biggest loser is by far the Houston Rockets, and I liked the Rockets before the season, but now it just they look broken. They don't have a point guard, and they don't have a lot of shooters. Amen Thompson, I'm sorry, he's an athlete, exceptional defender, but he just can't shoot, and he won't even look at the rim, and that cripples your team so much on offense. Even in the regular season, imagine the playoff series. Look at what the Warriors did to him last year. They just said, "You want to stand out there? Sure, stand there.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna go double another guy." And that was a big reason why the Warriors won because Amen Thompson forces you to play 4-on-5, but he leads the team in minutes because he is their best defender. He'll always be on the floor, but he not give you nothing on one end of the floor. And another thing, Sengun, I'm out on Sengun. Sengun has
Yes,
fell
that's
apart.
man.
He can't shoot in there. It's either
Y'all
it
off
seems.
single.
And so now you have
I'm off
Sengun,
Sengun
then you have
heavy.
A-Man, and neither can shoot. Sengun, he's just not a shooter. And the defense, he provides no defense either. So it's like he's a double negative when he's not making his outside shots.
Yeah.
And then we get the Jabari
I
Smith.
think that's an issue people run into with a lot of these Giannis trade ideas. You send Giannis to Miami, that court gets super small. You send Giannis to Giannis and Ja, that's gonna be
Hmm.
paint catastrophe. It's a lot of places where Giannis goes that wouldn't work, and I feel like if he don't want to come to the Warriors, that's cool. I don't see a lot of places really where he can go because I think he wants to be the guy. I don't think he wants to be like seen as a second fiddle type of guy.
Justo, hold on. And stop rubbing your hands. He's not going to the Knicks. Continue though, Justo.
What?
Yeah.
Continue.
The Knicks, he
Continue.
would fit. He would fit.
No, he
Hold
wouldn't.
on.
He
Let
doesn't
me
want. That's
finish about the Rockets.
Brunson City. But yeah, go ahead.
The Rockets have become a one-way team. They're the first one-way team I ever seen in my life. They're all defense, no offense. Reed Shepard. I didn't even mention Reed Shepard. Reed Shepard, I don't know the last time
Goodness.
he hit a three. I seen the stat. Will Shepard is
Boy.
10 of his last 54 three-point shots. Under 20%.
Goodness. He's shooting like Lonzo.
It's just all
Speaking of
bad.
Lonzo,
Man.
And Kevin
go
Durant,
get him.
poor Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant picked the wrong place again. Every place Kevin Durant
He done went
chooses is all of a sudden the wrong place. Was the Warriors the wrong place?
I got a question though,
Maybe.
Kay.
The Nets with
I got a
Kyrie.
question.
Hey.
What?
Hey, all I'm saying is all these places KD done been, he only won. You know what I'm saying? He only won and won.
Hey, can we stop bringing up the Warriors, please? Hey, I do have a question for y'all.
I'm just saying.
I,
Only won in one place.
Since we're talking about the Rockets right now, I I'm fine with Reed Shepard having like these shooting woes because he's literally the only person relied on to shoot the three ball at like a high volume other than Kevin Durant. But we all know Kevin Durant is like a mid range scorer. So me personally, I wouldn't say they are a loser. Simply because I don't think they have a chance of winning a championship this year. So what's the
Well,
point of like
before the
making a
season,
move or
people
making
thought
a
they had a
deal?
good chance to win.
Mm,
I was one
A
of
lot
them.
of people thought that they won like 60 some game and replaced Kevin Durant but they replaced Dylan Brooks with Kevin Durant. A lot of people thought they were the favorite to beat OKC, but they went backwards. Like now, I'm
I
thinking
think
I was one of those
you
people.
should have traded 8 man for Giannis because 8 man you can't win with 8 man Thompson. You're not gonna be able to win anything with 8 man Thompson. I'm sorry. He
I
can't
think
shoot.
Fred
Mm,
Van
He
Vliet.
can't shoot.
I think Fred Van Vliet getting hurt
He
has
can't
hurt them
shoot.
significantly though.
I
Like
agree.
Fred Van
Yeah.
Vliet was supposed to be that point guard for them, and him getting hurt pretty much that left them a position open for them that, you know, Reed Shepard's got to step in, and Amen Thompson's not really a point guard. So they've been trying to flow through lineups, trying to figure that out ever since. And I think I think the smart decision would have been to try and get one of the guards the Bulls had, because
They have 7 guards. They literally
Yeah.
have 7 guards right
like
now.
they could have gone for a guard from over there, and I think that would have
Io,
helped.
Kobe White, Trey
Kobe
Jones,
White would have been
somebody.
amazing for them. I think Kobe White would have been amazing.
But and the thing is, I want to say, like, to the Amen Thompson point, I don't think Amen Thompson and Şengün work. I think they can work separately, like on different teams. But even when Şengün was out, Amen had like his best stretch of the season when Şengün was out. So I don't think it's a man problem. I don't think it's a Şengün problem. I think they just don't mesh well together. That's just a terrible, because Şengün, he doesn't have good touch around the rim. So all he does is like try to bully and like bulldoze you. Like to me,
I mean, you
that,
saw it in the Warriors series, not to bring him up again, but he was trying to post Draymond Green,
and it
who's
looked
a 6'6"
terrible.
center, and he was throwing the body, doing the European flop, trying to
I mean,
throw
like,
the hook
not
shot,
like
and it,
that's
you
not
know,
working, bro. That's not
it was
working. Go
box.
get a bag, gang. Go get a bag, bro.
And you didn't even
That's not
mention his
working.
defense. His defense is bad too. He anchors the Rockets defense, well, quote unquote anchor. So I just think the Rockets are losing because they're falling. Like, to me, the Rockets are teetering on a disaster. They might be in the play in. And who would have thought that? They went from 2 seed to play in while having Kevin Durant. And it's because they're all broken. The team is broken. Even Udoka, he don't know nothing about offense. He just want to play defense. He just the only thing Udoka keeps saying is rebound, box out, play physical. That's all he cares
He
Wait.
just
about.
happened. He just happened to
Hey.
have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
Let's not talk about Ime Udoka in defense, bro.
Even look,
I'm-
their offense was
Ime-
bad too with the Celtics. They didn't have a good offense. So I think he
Nah,
can make
I-
the
I
agree
offensive
with the
coordinator.
Ime point. I agree with the Ime point.
I mean, K, we
So,
saw him in the
the
2022
Rockets-
finals.
That
Yeah,
defense
that's
against
what I'm
Curry
saying.
was like
Rockets
they
are just-
gave him the ring.
He don't have adjustments.
Literally
Like
gave
that.
him the
He doesn't
ring.
have a counter pitch. He doesn't have a curveball. So Rockets to
Yeah,
me are
man.
the biggest loser by far.
the biggest loser. And do you have like a biggest loser?
A biggest loser? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I have a biggest loser, but I think, yeah, controversially, I think Pacers are the biggest winner. Like I don't know if some people might disagree with that, but I think adding on Ivica Zubac is a great playmaker to add on to their team. And then, like you said, the pick they gave up, as long as it's not between 5 and 9, they get to keep it. And I don't see them trying very hard to really go lose out on being a top 4 pick. What was I gonna say? Dog, I forgot.
And they traded Mathurin.
Yeah, they traded
They're gonna be
Mathurin.
playing some bad basketball.
Yeah, so they're not about to be doing much. And I know a lot of people when they traded Miles Turner were very upset because they were like, that's our big.
Yeah,
like he's
I
been
thought they
with
were
us.
crazy. I was like, what?
You know what I'm saying? Like, even I was like, that's a crazy move. Like, y'all just gave up. But I mean, adding Ivica Zubac is
He was
a
a free
great
agent.
replacement. I'm not.
Miles Turner was a free agent.
But they,
Yeah, he was.
but still, not signing him.
Yeah, I don't even think it was a
But
signing.
yeah, they didn't
trade
give him the money. I don't think they
Yeah,
gave
they
him
didn't
the
give
money.
him money.
Like,
Yeah, it wasn't a
yeah,
signing.
think
trade.
they
They
didn't
just
wanna
brought
go
him
like
back.
a luxury
he hit him
tax.
with that.
Exactly.
So yeah, so like giving him up, I'm like, okay, but bringing in Ivica Zubac, that's a great replacement for them. Now they're not the same style of player, but like I said, Tyrese Halliburton comes back, even 90% of the player he was last year. I mean, I know Achilles tears. Players have been coming back relatively the same now. ever since we've seen KD come back, like how he did.
Everybody been coming back,
Everybody,
basically.
Yeah.
like you see that in football too. Like people are coming back. So, shout out to technology that's been making stuff easier for players to come back from those serious injuries. But I think next season, if they come back healthy and they end up getting a top 4 pick, like if they end up with Darryn Peterson,
Let's talk about that then.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Darryn Peterson is who you
Man,
wanted to
boy.
see next to Halliburton. And that's who you think is the best fit.
I think Darryn Peterson, like, I honestly
You
think
just
he would be
think he
best
fits
fit
with
with the
everybody?
Hawks. Hey, but he fits with everybody. Like his
Yeah.
playmaking ability, and like if you just watch his games, the ball is in his hands 90% of the time. You looking at the reads he's making, and the play, and he's been able to create shots.
Tell these Dybantsa fans here.
Okay,
hold
hey,
on.
Justo,
Wait.
let's give a little bit of background. So
All right.
before this game, me and Justo were like
Before what
big on
game?
AJ, like number one before the BYU Kansas game.
And this was
Mhm.
before they played Arizona too.
Yeah, before AJ
BYU
played.
played Arizona.
Yeah, AJ played Arizona, and we were big AJ fans. And K, of course, is a big Darryn Peterson fan, and yeah, I forgot. And you're a big DP fan, but K's probably the biggest. And we seen that game, and we were like, "What is AJ doing? Why did we think that Darryn Peterson was worse than AJ?"
That was bad.
I think they're the similar level. I just think Darryn Peterson's ability to move off the ball, I think that's like one of the best abilities like ever, personally. That's why Steph Curry is like one of the most dangerous people like ever, because of his off ball ability. Like, I promise you, every shot that Darryn Peterson takes, it seemed like it's going in. And the only people I ever thought about that was like KD, Curry, like the best shooters of all time. So me personally, I think I might have Darryn Peterson number 1, but AJ did slide down my board personally. AJ's probably number 3 right now, and I got Cam too.
So
real quick,
so who
as
do
a
you think
former,
fits best with the Pacers then?
hold on, K.
Me personally, they don't have any. What's their forward depth look like? Like,
They got
That's
Siakam.
what I was about to get into.
Yeah, they really need like a wing.
Neesmith.
Yeah, Neesmith and Nemhard. They could use a wing.
So
I like AJ, but if AJ's gonna try to like come in and try to take a lot of shots and not play in the flow of the offense, then that, of course, that's not gonna work. So I would honestly say Darryn Peterson. I do not want Cam Boozer to go here though. I want all of these. I want the top 3 prospects to go to teams that's going to build around them. I don't want.
what about?
I don't want the.
I think Darryn Peterson would be great with the Pacers. I think Halliburton would give him the ball. They play fast. He can be a fast shot taker, but also shoot it at a high clip.
Peterson would work with anybody.
Best shooter in the draft.
The way he shoots the ball, I think the only concern now is obviously his whole, is he gonna play? I don't know what's going on there. But whatever that is, I think that's the only concern really right now with him. I do think still that AJ Dybantsa is the higher ceiling player, but I do feel like Darryn Peterson right now can go into a lot of teams, but go into a lot of teams and fit. I think Darryn Peterson has the potential, like we said earlier, has the potential to fit right into a championship team, where AJ, I think, might need a couple years to polish his skills and fundamentals and get more, fundamentally sound, because his athleticism is there. But I think Darryn Peterson is his fundamentals, instincts are already at a pro level. I think he can shoot the ball, he can shoot the lights out the ball. He moves.
He's a better defender than
ball.
AJ too. He's a better defender than AJ.
He's a more willing
I just had
defender.
to say that. He's a better defender than AJ.
I'm about to say,
I think willingness means better, personally.
I think AJ has
I
the
wouldn't
tools.
say
Like
that,
I said,
because
AJ's ceiling
AJ
is
has
higher.
the tools to be the better defender. I think that's pretty, fair and obvious to say, because he just bigger. He can switch more. He can just do more
Yeah,
things.
bigger. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like he doesn't try that hard on defense. He just doesn't.
So
Go ahead.
Think about this. So if, say, the Pacers somehow got the number 1 pick, and the Hawks are top 3, who do you want them getting then?
The Pacers?
No. Who do you want the Hawks getting if the Pacers get Darryn Peterson?
I want the Hawks to get AJ. Like, I think that's like a perfect AJ and Jalen Johnson as my 3 and 4. Hey, Zach Ray Reese should say, bye bye.
That's insane.
Zach, what? Like
I was
to
gonna
me,
say also,
I'm not a
sorry to
big
cut
fan
you
of
off,
Zach.
but I think the Pacers, if Darren Peterson come on, depending on how convinced they are on him, I think Nembhard and Naismith might be on the way somewhere for a bona fide solid 3.
No, I think they can still. I think
They can
Neesmith is
stay.
the 3. Neesmith is the 3 though, is he
They
not?
can't. Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. But I mean, what if you can put them two together and go get somebody like
Like a Trey Murphy or something.
like Trey Murphy or I mean, I don't know. The Hawks probably not coming up off of him at this point.
I would
Jalen
not give up.
Johnson.
I would not give up Nembhard, but like I think you can give up probably Neesmith and Jarris Walker, and probably a pick, and get some off of that. But
I
Nembhard,
mean,
TJ, they stay.
yeah, I mean, but they don't have to. Like that's just if they want to make another
Mhm.
move. I think the Pacers with AJ AJ or Darren Peterson and a healthy Tyrese Halliburton, I think they pick up where they left off in the East, whether that's 4 or whether that's 1. I think they're gonna be in that range. But when it's obviously you saw in the playoffs, you don't want to be playing them when they're hitting everything at the right
Exactly.
Tyrese
Exactly.
Halliburton was looking like the clutchest player I've ever seen. And
Man, dog, that whole team.
I hated every second of it. I hated every second of it. I'm not gonna lie, because it was, of course,
was
my
crazy.
Knicks.
And what did Neesmith do to y'all again? Neesmith hit like 9, 10 threes.
Yeah,
Am
he
I
went
trolling with that?
stupid.
Like that
Bro,
was probably one of the
I'm
craziest
not gonna
playoff
lie.
series ever.
As well as they played, I hated seeing Halliburton go out because that was a game 7 that would have fed families.
Yeah, that was an
Yes.
amazing game 7, but unfortunately he got hurt. But of course, the GOAT won, Shea. So it
Once
it
again,
really don't
but
matter.
look, if we just keep it another, instance of injuries in the championship, you can't make a definitive statement either way,
Yeah, so it's
which
like
No,
which
yeah,
sucks
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I
But
just
I
wish we could
think,
have seen that game.
yeah, because Halliburton, I mean, he looked like he was ready to play.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. He came out
And the
hot.
Thunder the
And
Thunder
yeah.
weren't looking too high at first. The game was still close, but it wasn't looking like they were just playing, good.
And that's the worst part is that we're seeing now, like, all these calf strains that are going on in the league. Like, I started peeping last season. I was like, if somebody gets a calf strain, like a week or two, if they kept playing, they was tearing their
Mhm.
Achilles. Like, and it was
Yep.
just consistent. You looked at DeJounte Murray, it happened to him. Who else had torn their Achilles? It's like 3 or 4 players that tore their Achilles
I
last
know
season.
Hallie did for sure. Aaron Gordon was dealing with something. Tatum had some.
Dame.
Yeah, so
Dame,
like
Dame,
Giannis
Dame,
has been
Dame,
doing his.
yeah, and so like now
Dame was
we're seeing,
tripping though. He had the blood clot in one leg.
Yeah,
Then
Dame
he
was
had
just
calf.
out
his
of
was
there.
bad.
Yeah,
but
he was just like,
I mean, now this season you're seeing so many players go out with calf strains, and it's like having me wonder what's changing about the game that's making this so frequent now.
I think
I
players
agree.
are just that much more strong and athletic, and it's a lot more jumping and quick twitch. And
Yeah, you just
I
got to
mean,
move more. You got to
it's
move more.
if you're at the 5, you still like people used to like 5 used to come off the game, come into the game playing drop coverage every screen. Now you got to be up and moving, guarding guards, and you can't let somebody get a 3 off. You got to make them a driver. So I think it's just
Yeah.
a lot more
It's
quick
just
start,
movement,
quick stop, and then
more advanced movement.
if that's not, and if it's not something that you train specifically to prevent injuries, it's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, I agree. I do want to give like one more winner of mine. I don't know how we didn't talk about this. The Cavs got James Harden, gang. I genuinely think the Cavs have the best like top 8 in the East. If you look at every roster and look at their top 8, I think the Cavs have the best top 8. I wish they did get a forward this trade deadline because their forward depth playing Jalen Tyson and Dean Wade, that's gonna be nasty.
They
I
traded DeAndre
definitely.
Hunter.
I'm not gonna lie. This may be a hot take for me personally. I got them coming out the East. That's how much I believe in James Harden and D Mitch.
I have to
But
see how they play together because I don't know how they're supposed to play together. I've seen James Harden take not being the lead scorer role and stepping back and like that kind of started with him being on the Nets, I feel like, and people were saying, oh, his numbers are down, but it was like when you have Kyrie and when you have Kyrie and KD on your team, like of course you're gonna take a step back and score because you got these two perfectly able scorers now. So who's gonna be the lead scorer now? Is it gonna be Donovan Mitchell? Is it gonna be James Harden? Like
Oh,
who?
it's gonna be Mitchell. I think Harden is gonna play more of a point guard playmaking role, getting Evan Mobley, getting Jared Allen involved, because I think Darius Garland, even when he was healthy, I don't think he did a good job at all, like force feeding the bigs and getting them involved. Because of course he had to get his feel too. Like as the point guard, he had to get his feel. I think James Harden is gonna make Jared Allen and Evan Mobley look like Tim Duncan and Dave Robinson game. That's how good I think James Harden playmaking is. But I just have to see it in the playoffs though. If
Yeah,
I think this
Yeah.
regular season stuff, I think James Harden, one of the best regular season players of all time. We seen what happened to him in Game 7 game. Barely taking shots against Denver. I'm kind of me personally, I just hope that he gives us. I think he can be consistent enough for Donovan Mitchell to just like carry the load, and then Evan Mobley, of course, I think he's gonna step up too. But I hope and pray that the Cavs make it to the finals because I have to see James Harden in the finals again. I
I
have to.
I can't lie. We'll see because the Cavs, or not just the Cavs, but like unfortunately Donovan Mitchell it's like he has not been able to make a finals. Like every
Yeah,
time.
he hasn't, but I will say this to just counter like your point. Like Donovan Mitchell, every time he goes into the playoffs, he has to
He's
put on this big load on his
Yeah,
shoulders
no, for
because no
sure.
one else performs.
For sure. And like he plays great, but the rest of his team seems to just fall off every time we get into the playoffs. And so it's like, all
Mhm.
right, I guess James Harden, as long as he doesn't have like one of those bad performances he's had
Yeah,
before, like,
fuck, man.
okay, they might be able to do something. But I mean, we'll see. And we're talking about East contenders. I still think the Celtics adding Vucevic, that trade was amazing for them. Like since they haven't really been too strong big wise, and I think he spreads the floor for them offensively
Mhm.
and defensively. I mean, he's not the greatest big on defense, but I think he's good enough, and they have other players to put around him. That
I
team can be
agree.
very dangerous, especially once if Jason Tatum comes back.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I think
look
he
at
can
the
play.
Vooch trade.
Go ahead.
I would just say it. I think the Vooch trade. I think Vooch is just a better offensive, worse defensive Al Horford. Like I that's all I see it as. I did like Anthony Simons for them. I think he was just like a lighted up guy some games for him. But I do like the Vucevic trade. I don't like his rim protection though. I think it's gonna
Yeah.
be absolute food.
I was
Like
gonna say
when
he's
that
Kristaps without the rim protection.
yeah, I don't like the rim protection, but if Jason Tatum come back and give you 80 to 85% of what Jason Tatum was, I'm I still got the Cavs, the Knicks. I just don't trust Karl Anthony Towns. And then the Pistons, the number one team, Cade. I think if I'm playing the Pistons, I'm putting three players on Cade and saying, Darryn, you do something. Asar Thompson, you do something. I'll lose like that. But
Yeah.
like I just think the Cavs really have like no flaws, honestly.
Justin.
I mean, that's really all I got to say about it. Y'all summed it up. I mean, Vooch is a good player. I think he doesn't have the rim protection I think necessary for a big, a championship big, but he does other things I think to make up for it. And Boston's defense is just pretty good, 1 through 5 in general
Oh
anyway.
yeah.
So they might not need as much help at the rim as much as they might just need him to stand there and deter people from wanting to go down. Like they see a body, they might pass it up or whatever.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because I mean, it's not gonna be 20 people that's gonna go dunk on it. Like Ja's
Yeah.
not in the playoff, and that's in the West. Like you're not really gonna see 20 people that's gonna go challenge him and make him. If he goes vertical and doesn't foul, his content's gonna be solid. He's a big body. Um, I just don't think for it to make sense, Tatum has to come back and be healthy. At least this year. Obviously, next year, he's probably gonna be back in the swing of things. But this year, for for the trade. I mean, it makes sense for next year, but for it to
This
be
year, this year is just like, oh, if it happens, it happens.
yeah,
Honestly,
Yeah.
like
I
for them to have
but
a chance, Tatum has to
yeah,
be
I
healthy.
agree.
Vucevic is in an expiring contract too, so depending upon how he does,
Oh, he's an expiring.
yeah.
Well, the Celtics still expensive as hell.
No,
Yeah.
I
Even
mean
with that though,
they what's it called? They went under the apron with the trades they made, like not just
the
getting
second they went
yeah.
under the second.
Yeah, they need to because if they have consistent years with the new CBA rules, they're gonna
Yeah,
be
they got it. They
heavily
definitely got to.
restricted.
Yeah, they got to get up out of there. But a team I do want to highlight before we go to like our last segment is definitely the Jazz. They got Triple J. Me personally, I know a lot of people say that this trading 3 first-round picks, to me, I'm not high on that 2027 draft class at all. And 2 of the 3 picks was from 2027. So you basically gave up 1 pick, and that was the 2031 pick from the Suns for Triple J. I did like Taylor Hendricks and Walter Clayton. I understand. They had to go though. But like, just imagine coming in the next season with a lineup of Keontae, Ace, Laurie, Triple J, Walker. That's nasty.
Yeah,
Absolute nasty.
that
So me personally, I kind of like the trade for them.
yeah.
That's just me though.
No, I do like the trade too, and I think they're gonna have a strong front court next season. And so with having Jaren Jackson Jr. and Walker Kessler, it's going to be hard to try and score in the paint with those
You're
2
not
huge,
scoring on the
huge bot.
Yeah,
Like
you're
they're
not
going to
scoring.
force you to have to shoot. And offensively, just looking at Keontae George and developing as an all-star, um, and then the offense that Jaren Jackson also brings because he can shoot as well. So
Yes, he can shoot as well.
that just they added a great two-way player, and I don't think they're a championship contender, but I definitely think next season they will definitely they
They'll
can
turn some
definitely
heads for
compete.
sure. They'll
Yeah.
definitely turn some heads.
So
Me personally, I would say to give one more. Actually, to the Jazz trade, the Grizzlies. I like what y'all doing. Collect first round picks. I don't know why y'all didn't trade Ja. I would have traded Ja for a bag of chips and just kept it pushing and rebuilt this entire thing. But
Ironic.
I like the I like the trade, man. Like I genuinely like y'all. Y'all have like the most first round picks in like the next couple of years, tied with OKC and Brooklyn. So hey, hopefully they actually turn out to something. But
yeah, I mean, I think the whole mindset behind Ja is hoping he does get healthy and plays better, so that somebody might be willing to pay more for him. I don't think he's gonna be there after his contract. If he is there until his contract expires, I think that'll be it in Memphis. But
mhm.
it's unfortunate to see he hasn't been able to be the same player he was when he first came into the league, and hopefully when he does get healthy again, because he had a few games where he was playing really well after coming off an injury, so hopefully he can get
Yeah.
that back going. But you mentioned OKC, and I think the trade they made with the Sixers, I think both sides really won with that. I
Yeah,
think
that was a win-win.
Yeah.
like bringing Jarrett McCain on with bringing a shooter on pretty much with J-Dub out and the shooting struggles he's had and the shooting, no real like go-to shooter right now on the team for real. I think adding Jarrett McCain was a great thing. I mean, you seen what he did in his rookie season before he got hurt.
Yeah.
He was playing amazing, and then they just started bringing on
Yeah, they had
BJ
a log
Edgecombe.
jam. Yeah, they had a log jam. So it's hard for him to like really do his thing. I will say I do like Philly getting like a first. They could probably throw that in with with that Paul George contract probably next season.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Paul George may expire next season or the season after that. So I don't know. Bringing up Paul George though, I do have the Clippers as a loser. And the only reason I have the Clippers as a loser, why did y'all not trade Kawhi? Like, why you gave up Zubac, you gave up Harden. You probably could have got 2 to 3 first round picks for Kawhi, and you just gonna keep him. And he's been playing the best basketball since he was probably in Toronto. To
Hey,
me,
Mark.
I don't understand why you don't trade Kawhi.
You know what they
Like,
saying.
Oh, he's about to get suspended.
I mean, they saying they're waiting until after the All-Star game
Hey,
to figure stuff out.
chill on my guy Kawhi, man.
That's probably what it is because there's no rationale you trade two of your three best players and you don't trade Kawhi.
Hey, I'm
Like to
not gonna
me,
lie. OKC had them picks to go get him. If they would have got Kawhi,
okay. So I would have said Detroit. Tobias Harris, you can get Ron Holland, and I'll give you like 2, 3 first-round picks. We got Cade and Kawhi.
Cade and Kawhi would feed families. I can't lie.
To me, and the thing is, I don't know if OKC probably would have had to throw in some stuff that they didn't really want to throw in.
They've got so much talent on that bench, bro, that doesn't even come onto the court. It's crazy. And added on with all those picks, I think they could have given up something and been fine still.
Yeah, I think their players are actually better than what they show now. I think a lot of their players are in the same mode, like this 3-and-D type, Casey Wallace, Dort, Caruso. I think if they went to like another
AJ
contending
Mitchell.
team, like AJ Mitchell, I think if they went to another contending team like a Denver or a Detroit, I think their value would be even higher because that's like that's the only player they have. I think they just have so many players of the same mold, like a 3-and-D guy that they can just throw out there. But hey, okay, hey, Shea's still the best player in the league, so he gonna find out a way to make it work. He
I,
gonna find a
I
way.
I don't know if they're winning it this year, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like how the Nuggets are looking.
But
Really?
hold on, the Nuggets?
Mm.
Okay, I have a question for you. What is Jonas Valanciunas gonna do in them 15 minutes when he's trying to guard a pick and roll? I genuinely just want to know. They're bringing him and Tim Hardaway in every action game.
Yeah.
That's nasty. Now I ain't gonna lie, their starting five amazing, but I just don't know about that bench. I don't trust it.
It's gonna be hard with the depth, but I mean, why though? It's OKC. They beat the Spurs once out of 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if they end up having to see the Spurs, I don't know if they making it out that series.
No, I can I can agree with that. I
So
think would y'all say we kind of went through most of the winners and losers of this
Yeah.
deadline?
yeah,
I got two more to add just real
Okay,
quick.
yeah, go crazy.
I think a quick one, obvious one, the Bulls, what are they doing? They don't have a big.
They don't have a big and they have 7 guards.
Yeah, I don't know what they have going on. They just going. Can they even tank? I don't know.
Yeah, that's literally what I put for them. I said y'all finally decide to tank and y'all have 8 guards. Like y'all decide now instead of the start of the season.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
don't
think
know. Now they finna end up with a lottery pick, but
they about
my
to end up with
last
Koa Pete?
yeah.
Like,
Who? Hey,
hey,
I
come on,
got
bro.
hold on. So
undersized big.
my last loser little combination is unwanted guards. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Ja Morant. We had a point where nobody wants Ja Morant. At least for what the Grizzlies are asking for, that's a sad case. We know how talented he was. He really is, and he can't stay on the court, whether that's for other reasons off the court or his health in general. With a high
Exactly.
flying player like that, you already know injury is gonna be a problem. But
Mm-hmm.
he's getting upper body injuries, so it's like you never. I mean, he's in upper body, lower body suspensions. You can't really trust him to be on the court, especially with all that money he's making. You know, I'm if I'm a GM owner, I don't know how confident I am to pay him unless I just really am just I'm like, hey, we're gonna be bad for a couple years. We're gonna get high picks. Ja, you come out here, you play when you're healthy, and
And
you
that's
know
it.
that's it.
Hey,
And
Justo, I have a question for you, and then we can probably move on.
yeah,
Who
that's
you
it. That's
think
all.
has
Well,
more
no, I got one
value?
more.
I
Wait,
just got a question about Ja
go
though.
ahead. Okay,
Who do you think has more value, Ja or Zion?
Zion.
I don't know if Zion got value like that, bro.
Zion, even though his off the court stuff is prevalent, it's not gonna keep him off the floor. Um, uh,
Hey
his
man,
injuries are slowing down. So I mean, obviously we like we said earlier, he's playing a good amount of games this far into the season. Uh, I mean, with Zion, at least like I said, it's not a head case. I mean, when he's on the court, he's gonna contribute to your team. He's gonna give you 20 and 10 on a good night.
hmm
super easy, super efficient.
20-6.
If you have a if you have a you have a big that wants to, float on the outside on the perimeter, Zion, power forward for you because he can stand on the perimeter and drive and create from out there. But we all know he want to get in that rim and try to dunk and lay the ball up and
He's
finish
been
through
shooting a
people.
lot more mid ranges lately, though.
No,
I
yeah, no,
think
I'm just saying, like, but we know at the end of the day, he'd rather be looking in the rim, laying the ball up because he can jump that high. Like,
Man, I have some thoughts on the Grizzlies, but I'm gonna just keep it for now. I'm gonna just
and my
keep it
and
for
my,
now.
my last loser is a part of my unwanted guards, Chris Paul. Chris Paul not being on the team. I mean, I know obviously he can get signed, but he couldn't even get traded to a team. I just
Nobody
think
want him.
it's kind of tough for an all-time great like that to not be able to get any kind of farewell tour. I
Low,
mean, like nobody
low,
want to be like, hey,
he ain't Kobe.
low,
He's not Kobe.
bruh. Let's be real though. We said a team needed a point guard. Could he not have gone back to the Rockets?
Bro,
bro,
I'd
Nah, I
rather play
think
JD
CP3
Davidson
watched
game.
JD Davis.
and I was talking to my dad about this. CP3's best bet is to go to OKC and only go in the game when they take Shea out.
Yeah, like I'd rather play AJ Mitchell. Why would I like
That's what I'm
the thing
saying.
is with
Chris Paul,
CP3, I'm not like, get him out
he's
of there,
washed.
man. I'm not. I
Bro, I
agree.
I hate to see the way the league is doing him though. Like he don't deserve to go out like this. He said this is gonna
I
be his
mean,
last season, and then you waive it. Like you pretty much just
Did
but I mean,
Toronto
they
not
said
He
he
trade for
was
was.
the
him?
problem on the
They
Clippers.
did. They
he
waived
didn't
him.
waive him.
And yeah, I mean, the Clippers, bro.
They got way better when he
They had to
left.
get him gone. Then,
That's
bro,
tough,
Mark,
bro.
why you laughing? I forgot. I don't know if it was the GM or the owner, but somebody was like, he likes like, yeah. I mean, I was a big Kyrie. I mean, not Kyrie. I was a big Chris Paul fan. For him to trade for him, and then we got to waive him. It's tough. Like, bro, really wanted Chris Paul on the team, and he ain't even pull up to Toronto.
Bro, the thing is with me though, and me personally, I don't know why y'all want Chris Paul. Chris Paul, he's a great player. He will retire as one of the greatest point guards of all time. But we gotta stop just handing out farewell tours. Like he's not Kobe. He's not D Wade. He's
So
not Dirk.
Hall of Famers
Played with
shouldn't
too
get
many teams.
farewell
No,
tour?
Draymond is a Hall of Famer. He's not getting one. Klay
Nah,
Thompson is a Hall of Famer. Klay Thompson might get cut next season. To me, if you're not like top 15, top 20 caliber, I don't think you should get no farewell tour. And that's just like my opinion. Like
I'm not
for
mad at
for
that.
example, I have a question. Do you think Russell Westbrook should get a farewell tour?
No.
Not
Okay, then like I'm.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If you weren't selling
I
out
think
gyms in
he
your
should.
prime, like by yourself, it's quiet.
I think
You think he
Westbrook should.
should?
Yeah.
So that mean you think James Harden
Even though he
should?
played for a lot of teams.
I'm saying he's just been
Yeah,
on too many
well,
teams now.
yeah, that
I
might
just
be
I
feel like
think
it,
he's
Westbrook
been
bro.
Westbrook get some in like big cities. Like he'll hit LA will show love, New York will show love.
OKC will definitely show love
Yeah,
too
the
because
teams he played for out Miami might show love just because there's a lot of people. High population cities will show love. I just don't see him getting. The Jazz ain't gonna do nothing for him.
yeah.
the
The
Jazz
Orlando
literally
Magic.
hate him. The Jazz
Orlando
hate
Magic
him.
gonna be. Oh
So
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Orlando Magic. It's probably gonna be a regular game. Like ain't nobody gonna. You might get some jersey swaps after the game from players that want to show love, but like as a
Yeah.
organizations aren't. They not standing
yeah,
on that.
like I think the lowest caliber of player that should get a farewell tour is probably Harden. But let's be honest, Harden is like
Played for a
I'm not
lot of
gonna be
teams too
vulgar
now.
on the show. Harden been passed around. Hey, Cavs, Clippers, Nets, Sixers, Rockets, OKC. Like, bro,
Yeah,
why should we give you a farewell tour? I think that's like
yeah,
for legends. Like
and
even let's call a spade a spade. I love Dirk. The only reason Dirk got one of those like farewell tours and pity all stars is because he was a one team guy.
yeah,
So it's like
Yeah,
I don't
that
think
do
you
matter.
should just like give
and
that
that's why I
give
think
that out.
Steph. I think Steph needs to stay on the Warriors for that same reason. I think obviously, it's kind of died down now. I mean, if you pay attention to it, you've seen, but like his sneaker free agency, that's still something. I mean, people thinking if he goes with Nike, there's no telling what they can do the Bruce's brand and all that and what they might do with this
Yeah.
one team.
Go to
Like
Nike.
you can't mess that up. Like I don't think that's worth. Like I mean, bro, I think he has a better chance to bring somebody to Golden State than he does to go to a team that needs, unless somebody gonna trade him for like who has a terrible
Hey,
contract? Who's a good
and we
team?
back on the Warriors chat. We back on the Warriors chat.
Oh my gosh. But no, for real,
Hey,
who has a good team? Who has a good team with like a contract that's just terrible on it?
Paul George.
Okay, so say Paul George for Steph is kind of crazy. Paul George and Maxey for Steph, right? That more has to happen. That's not the trade. I'm just hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
It had to be something like that, like where he is plugged into a system that's already, ready to win a championship. Unless you know for a fact, like, if people aren't mad about it, if people around the league aren't mad about it, it's not worth it.
Yeah, and back to the point of like the farewell tours before like we go to our last segment. Um th- I think LeBron is the greatest player of all time. All of that. But w- does LeBron get a farewell tour? Because like of course he's
Does
LeBron. But
LeBron get
like
a farewell tour? Is a crazy question.
That's not even a question, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's
I
not
don't
even.
know. Me
What do
personally,
you
We
mean you
don't
don't
know.
Yeah, he get
know,
a
bro?
farewell tour.
He's LeBron.
MJ didn't
You
get
just
one.
That's
said
LeBron.
you
Bron,
just said
I
he's greatest
understand
MJ
player.
that's
retired
LeBron.
16
MJ,
times.
no, I'm saying
Yeah,
you,
true.
They
I
probably like, man, he
understand it's
coming back next
Braun,
year,
but
man. He
I just feel like that's for like one team guys
Nah, I
I
think it's
to I
mean,
just
for
don't know. If
D Wade
LeBron is
left the Heat
LeBron.
for a second.
no, but the thing is he went back to I see if LeBron goes to the Cavs or something
But that's
and
what I'm saying. He
like
might do that. He might end
But
up going to the
LeBron just LeBron. So he
yeah,
gonna get it.
I agree though. LeBron is the greatest player of all time. He
Well, he
deserves
just gonna
one.
get it off
But
the
it's
strength of
like
being LeBron.
How many Hall of Fame careers has he had?
3. Probably 3. So it's like, hey, I don't really know, man. I think he deserved one. Personally, I just don't know if he would get one. I think LeBron is gonna retire after this season. That's why I'm saying this. So,
Nah.
that's why I absolutely have to go catch a game of his. But y'all trying to get into these hot takes or what though?
All right, yeah, you go ahead and lead. 'Cause I
Okay,
don't know.
bet. So, this is our hot take segment. If you want us to react to your hot take, make sure to comment it, and we'll just pick 5 random ones, and we'll react to it. So, our first one, someone commented and said Derrick Rose should not have won the MVP in 2011. How do y'all feel about that? I think that's not too hot. I think that's just
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't think that's
MVP
too
is
high. I think a lot of people feel that way, but when you go
Yeah.
back and look, he did have like less help, and the Bulls were the 1 seed, so you get a bonus for being the 1 seed. They had a
yeah,
great
yeah,
team
you
that
especially
do
year,
get
back
a
then. I
bonus.
but
think
And
I
then it
I
was
think
a
think
that's
great
back
what got
story
in the
then,
too.
head.
yeah,
Yeah,
back
from
then
Chicago,
a team that
drafted to
wasn't supposed to
Chicago.
be there, number 1 seed. Yeah, he is Chicago born and raised. I mean, it
Number
Yeah,
was
one
almost
Hometown
pick.
a
hero.
movie. It was
I
almost
think
a
that was
movie. He had to get
I
that
think that was
MVP.
a narrative MVP over
Yeah.
like a talent standpoint. So I think we all agree. So I'm gonna just move on to the next one. In 3 years, the Wizards will be a top 5 team in the NBA and a top 2 team in the East.
Nah, they got
In
about 2
3
years to
years,
make that happen.
Nah,
it
yeah, I'm
better
not
be
gonna
that
lie.
next
3
year.
years. That's what I was about to say because who knows how long AD's gonna really be able to be
That's
there
what I'm
for them. I
saying.
mean, we know Trey Young's
Trae
probably gonna
Young.
stay there. I feel like Trey Young's gonna stay there because like you said, big market. You know what that means. You feel
Yeah,
me?
I think Trey's saying. I don't know how well AD. I don't know how healthy AD is gonna be though.
And so
It all
that's
depends on AD health, like genuinely.
so depending upon AD's health and who they end up being able to draft these next 2 years, that third year is like
Exactly. So me personally, I wouldn't say a top 5 team in the NBA because in 3 years, Anthony Davis would be what? He's like 34 now. He'll be
Dude,
37.
forget that.
Nah,
They're
he
not
like
gonna be better than
32.
they're not gonna be better
He'll be
than
like
Jokic, whatever
35.
team Jokic on. They're not gonna be better than whatever team SGA on. They're not gonna be better than whatever team Wemby on.
Yeah,
They're not gonna be on better than whatever team.
Cade on. Like,
Yeah,
I
Cade
Hey,
probably not gonna be better than the Celtics.
Pacers could be a
Probably
top.
not better than the Pacers.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The Pacers, I think the Pacers are extremely underrated in like the longevity factor.
Yeah,
They
sure.
can really build something for the next like decade. But
My-
to me, that's not really hot for real.
I mean,
personally.
unless whoever they draft is the next up and coming GOAT, like unless they are just somebody that's gonna be talked about in all time conversations,
And
then
it's
maybe.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna come down to the development of their current young core and how the vets. I mean, they got what D'Angelo Russell, Trey Young,
yeah,
did
and
he just
Anthony
say
Davis.
D'Angelo Russell?
D'Angelo
vets,
Russell is
vets, vets,
crazy.
I've
vets.
said
Hey,
vets.
bro.
I said vets, bro.
I don't think D'Angelo Russell plays another season after this game.
D'Lo is a vet now.
Yeah,
I
D'Lo,
mean, yeah, he stopped
nah,
getting
bro.
retwists and everything. His hair is
Yeah,
crazy.
but and to your point, I think a lot of this depends on Alex Sarr's development. If he becomes like this top 15-ish guy, like a Evan Mobley type of player, I think they can go far. But if he's just like this solid big that give you what 14, 15, and 8, then I'm not really high on them. But it does depend on Sarr's ceiling and whoever they draft in this next draft. If they get a
Yeah.
top 3 pick, hopefully not Cam Boozer. I think Cam Boozer wouldn't fit here personally. But if they get AJ or DP, I think this team can be top 5 next year if they get AJ or DP. So yeah, it just depends on what they
Yeah, I
do.
say their peak is gonna be within these next 2 years. I think.
Mhm.
I mean,
Because
the
it's
young
Anthony
players could
Davis, dog.
develop, but yeah, AD is not gonna last
Yeah.
longer
It's
than 3
Anthony
years.
Davis.
Yeah, it's Anthony Davis. So our next one, Nikola Jokic is a top 12 player of all time, and he's a top 3 center ever. That's low key
Top 3
nasty.
center ever is.
That's low key nasty. I love Jokic too. I think I agree more with the top 12 player of all time versus the top 3
Yeah,
center.
being a top 12. If you have to say 12, you're not a top 3 center.
Literally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't see where
I
that
mean,
person was coming
it
from.
depending on the list, you might not get away with top. If you want to be a top 3 center, you might not be able to go past top 5.
I'm dead.
Depending on who's making the list. I mean,
Yeah,
top 10.
depending. I would say I think Jokic is a top 15-ish player. I agree with Jokic being top 15-ish.
Jokic,
He should get another
15 for sure.
ring.
Jokic was supposed to have 3 consecutive MVPs.
3 consecutive MVPs. He probably should have had more championships if the CBA didn't come into effect. But
Yeah,
I
if
would
Jokic
say
get another title, he top what?
I think he might be
10.
fighting with Akeem. He might be fighting with Akeem. I don't know.
I can't
I
be
don't
mad at that.
know.
Bruh, I mean,
Bro,
we
y'all see
can't-
what Hakeem was doing, bro. Do I need to pull up the playoff stats?
That Jokic.
you not see
man?
what Jokic is doing though?
Bruh.
Like,
I'm not gonna
bro.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. Jokic is having like the best prime, like outside of
Bro.
like Bron and Jordan. He's having like the best prime ever. Like
Bro.
I don't think it's
Bro.
close.
Let me see what Elijah was doing, bro.
right,
Olajuwon was amazing. I think peak for peak. I think Olajuwon is better than Kareem, but like. It's not everything doesn't go off peak though. It's about your entire career. So it was a lot of like down points in Hakeem's career, especially like early on where he was punching out his teammates. Like people don't.
I mean, that's besides. You can do that when you gonna put up 37 and 16 in the playoff series.
I'm telling you that those 2 to 3 years where he was making the finals and winning championships.
Now before that, that
MVPs,
was in '88.
How many games did they play?
Well, it was only 4 games, but still.
Yeah, that's a 4-game sample size. Yeah, I'm not about to.
37 and a half and 16.8 rebounds.
Hey,
on,
bro.
bro.
I think
I'm
Hakeem,
nothing, bro.
I'm super.
No, I'm nothing.
Hakeem is a top 10 player in my opinion. I think he's low key closer to 5 than 10.
Bro, he averaged 5.8 blocks over a 4-game series.
I don't think that's like, especially in the 90s. I don't think that was a hard thing to do. Patrick Ewing was doing the same thing. David Robinson was doing the same thing.
You ain't had no 3 seconds.
Yeah, like, well, I'm pretty sure you had 3 seconds. It's just like people would literally go in the paint, sit there like Charles Barkley for 20 seconds and throw up some BS. So it's like, I'm not saying it's difficult. I'm not saying it was just easy to get block shots.
Yeah.
But
Look that up
I'm
just
not-
when they
it's-
brought
that's
in
not
the
as
3
impressive.
separate.
3 seconds. I think it was around that
Mhm.
time, probably around the time when they when the NBA stopped playing
Dude just loves that's hilarious.
NBA stopped playing my league.
Man,
Um, the thing is though, like for example, like Wemby's averaging like around 3 to 4 blocks a game. I think Wemby's blocks are way more impressive or more difficult than what Hakeem, Patrick Ewing, and David Robinson were doing.
Wait. 3 seconds got added in 01, 02?
Mm.
see, then if that's the case, like think about if Wemby
Are
could
we
just sit
serious?
in the if
Defensive 3 second?
That's what it says. The NBA defensive 3-second rule was in the NBA was implemented prior to the
see
2001-02 season.
well then
But I
if
Like
know they
that
used to
sitting in
have
the paint.
but they used to have
They had
illegal
illegal
zone defense.
but the illegal zone defense is just basically saying like you can't double a certain player for like a
Yeah.
certain amount of time or something. But I didn't know people could just sit in the paint. Dude,
yes,
are
bro.
you serious?
Yes, bro.
Bro,
That's why I say like some of the defensive stats is like, bro, if Wemby could just sit in the paint all day, bro, he'd average 10 blocks a
well,
game.
yeah,
Yeah, nah, I
Wemby
ain't
would
gonna lie.
have
No defense 3 seconds is crazy.
yeah,
Like,
that's what
come
I'm
on.
saying. So like that defense does kind of take a little
Bro,
crater because
you
like
know how hard I would be sitting pause if I had a big back there that could block shots and he ain't going nowhere.
Like,
exactly
Bro,
like
I'm in somebody's chest. Like I'm like
Like to me, and so like back to the
what?
Jokic point, I think I think once Jokic ends his career, I think he will be closer to the top 10. I think I'll probably have him over like Bird or somebody. But
whoa,
center wise, and we're not about to get into that. Center
bro.
wise, I think I think I have Jokic, not including Bill Russell and Will. I have Jokic probably 4 behind Hakeem, Shaq, Kareem. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jokic,
I
Jokic.
agree.
Jokic is probably the best offensive player we've ever seen. So I can't. It's hard for me to just knock Jokic like that, bro. So, I guess we can move on to the second to last one. So, James Harden fan, it looked like James Harden will
Mhm.
prove that he is that guy in the playoffs and reach his second finals. I like, come on, bro. I said that like 20 minutes ago. I think James Harden. I think James Harden about to win a ring. That's what I think, dog.
I
I
I
think someone
think
snuck in their own take.
Nah, that's not me
hmm,
though. That's not me
I
though.
think look, I think that Harden has a chance. Obviously, the East is super weak right now. It's
hmm
deteriorated. But they better hope those West Conference games go 6, 7 games.
Yeah,
Um,
to tire him out or like hope for.
yeah, because
I'm not praying for no injury, but like hope
yeah,
for
of
like
course.
someone to. Yeah,
But if they
I can
if
see
they
that.
if they catch a team from the West that's fresh, I think any team out the West that comes out fresh is gonna be favored, and I think they're gonna be the champion. I just if they come out, walking out like they just walked out of a bloodbath, and they catching the Cavs who've been, you don't want to be too rested, but they coming off a 5-6 game conference finals, wasn't too
hmm
brutal, no overtime, nothing like that. They sitting there like, all right, it's time to go. We ready to play, and whoever come out the West, like, hold on, I'm still trying to
I
gain
think the
my.
East can be a bloodbath too, though. I think those top
I
four
don't think so.
teams,
I don't think
Boston, New
so.
York, um, Detroit, and the Cavs themselves, and we can't even forget about the Sixers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a series that someone will just like genuinely get swept or 5 games in the East
but see,
because you still got to worry about Toronto.
even if
Like,
it goes 5 or 6, I still think, like, for example, if Tatum is healthy, I think Boston probably walks through. Even if it is 6 games, I think the ones they win, like they'll be like confident wins. They'll
like
be
convincing, and you don't have to
yeah, like
play 40 minutes a game.
yeah, not a blowout necessarily, but it's like they led from start to not maybe not runs here and there, but like the whole game you kind of like yeah, they probably got this one
Tatum definitely gonna be getting load managed by
for
like
sure.
in the beginning of those playoffs for sure. And if they make the finals, they probably just gonna say screw it, just play.
I
Like,
mean, I don't know. I feel like he might play sooner than that. I would like to see him play in the regular season.
yeah, I mean, I
At
honestly
least get 10, 15 minutes.
they'll probably no, that yeah, they'll definitely play him. I wouldn't say his first game gonna be like, okay, we in the playoffs now, let's play. But I think it's not gonna be that much. It's just gonna kind of get him into the swing of things, and because they've been winning still, and so And with Vucevic back, like I said, we got to see how Vucevic plays with this team and what they look like over the next couple of weeks. Because
Yeah, I just think in a playoff series, Vucevic, and I understand Boston is like a high volume 3-point team. They're gonna get up to 30 to 43s a game. Like I understand that, but the constant rim pressure of a team with Harden and D. Mitch, Cade Cunningham, Brunson, like I think they gonna get like. I don't believe in that paint defense. I just don't.
Yeah.
And that's just not big for me. And then like I can go on to like the final take. This is probably the worst one. I really don't even want to read this, but Russell Westbrook is a top 3-point guard of all time. Me personally. Do we
so
even
they
need to
so
react
do
to
they
that?
so they're saying it's Magic, Steph, Westbrook.
But they said
I
Westbrook's top 3.
yes.
Yes,
I think
but
I think they're assuming Magic, Curry, whatever order you have those two in, and Westbrook is number 3.
I think that's ridiculous off the strength of if Westbrook's main argument is gonna be triple doubles, right? Stats.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Just off that alone, he's not better than John Stockton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think one of his main arguments is the statistical dominance.
Yeah.
But you have other point guards like John Stockton, Chris Paul, even Oscar Robertson, if you really want to
Big
count him,
O.
that had like the same type of impact. And let's just keep it a buck. We're just winning. Like they were winning
Yeah.
players. I don't think
And be
Westbrook
real, was
is a winning
Westbrook
player.
I mean, yeah, was he I mean, those triple doubles may not have been like, "Hey, I'm finna hand you the ball, you lay it up," but he was trying to get some of those triple doubles.
Yeah,
He was
I
going
definitely
for it.
think he was going. I don't think that was like in the flow of the offense. Like I'm not trying
Yeah.
to say Jokic is better, but like Jokic triple double seem like it's more like in the flow of the
Yeah, because
game.
he might
West
get 10 assists in the first quarter.
exactly. Westbrook seemed like
I mean,
he was taking
exaggeration,
Steven
but
Adams rebounds and just like going like to me. And plus I don't even talk about that because like me personally, go get your stats.
yeah,
Like
for sure.
that's what you're
But
supposed to do in
yeah,
basketball. But play as hard as you can. I just look at Westbrook as I'm not gonna say he's a loser, but I don't think he's a winning player. I don't since Kevin Durant left, he made it out of the first round once, and that was with James Harden, who was arguably like a top 5 player that season. So it's like I just don't think he's a winning basketball player. Like you can't put him
yeah,
on a team with like an upper echelon guy without having like to like sacrifice something. You
I
can't put
agree.
Westbrook with Giannis, Westbrook with Braun, Westbrook Westbrook with Jokic is cool, but they both aren't good defensively and they're not the best shooters as well. So it's like me personally, I'm not really high on Westbrook. I think in a recent point guard list I did like with some of my friends, I think I had him like around like six. I don't want to do the meme, but around like 6'7". Yeah, around like 6'7". I think Curry's better. Magic's better. If you want to count Jerry West and Oscar, they're better. I think that's crazy. I think CP3. I think CP3 is better. And then this is where you can start like coming into the argument. You have Isaiah Thomas. I think I have like them in like a little category. Isaiah Thomas, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, Westbrook, and
I think you
Gary
gotta put Isaiah
Payton-Prince.
Thomas.
Yeah, Isaiah
Above
Thomas.
them,
Yeah.
I low key have Isaiah Thomas 3
I
over
don't have
Jerry.
Isaiah.
I have him over Jerry and Oscar if that's your three,
Is it
four.
because of the two rings? I just don't think he
Yeah.
was like the best player on like some of those teams. I think
I mean, he
especially
wasn't.
for the second one, Joe
Joe
Dumars was
Dumars. I was gonna
better than
say.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, you can win a ring, but look at your
Yeah.
team game. But you
Speaking
did
of
have to
that,
go against a super team in Bird.
yeah.
So
I
But
was about to.
speaking of that though, I think
And they beat the
the fact
Bulls. MJ and the
the fact
Bulls.
that the prepubescent MJ, I feel like
yeah,
the fact that just the I mean, not to bring it back to, where we're going with this, but um Westbrook isn't I mean, he's not a winning player. It's shown. I think excuse me, I think KD gets a lot more hate because he went to the Warriors, but I I, I don't blame him for leaving. I mean, that wasn't gonna work. It was
yeah,
never gonna work.
never gonna work. The
And at this
spacing was
point,
terrible.
I used to be 100% like it was 100% Russ's fault. But now I gotta look like, I mean, KD hasn't really won outside of the Warriors, and as much as I hate the narrative thing and the whole, like, this player didn't do this without him and all that, but, like, at some point, you gotta look and be like, "Hey, if Steph is the only one that KD was able to win with, we saw Russ, like, is Russ really that bad?" Like, because everybody, blames Russ for the KD ending, and if KD
Mhm.
hadn't won nowhere else, Russ ain't won nowhere else.
He went
I
to
don't.
the
I
I,
mean, like,
one.
who?
to me, I think Kevin Durant has had a lot of unfortunate situations.
For
I
sure.
I
For
think
sure.
all of us in
For
our
sure.
right mind is saying if that Brooklyn team was healthy, they're going through Milwaukee, they're going through Atlanta in the conference finals, and they're beating the Suns. Like I'm not.
But yeah,
We're not doing
that was
that.
an easy ring. Like
That was really easy.
KD almost beat the Bucks by
Beat him
himself.
by himself. So I'm not about to. I'm not about to do that. Oh, he didn't win like without anybody else.
No, I
No,
get that.
Kevin
I get
Durant
that. I get
had
that. I
some
Kevin
unfortunate
Durant's one of my
things.
favorite players of all time. Don't get me wrong, but
Mhm.
I think I don't like the I really don't like the flag any players get for teaming up, honestly. I think
Yeah,
what
I
what
don't like
Steph
that
and
either.
KD get is a little drawn out. I think the fact that it worked and the fact that they were so dominant is why
Hmm.
the hate is there so strongly, but I mean, because you think about all the teams that have failed trying to do that. Like even the Heat, I mean, that was a super team. Like
I think, and let's call a spade a spade.
Boston.
They probably underachieved. The Heat themselves probably underachieved. They probably
They
should have
were
had
they
more.
were competing with Tim Duncan and them for a minute.
Now people want to talk about injuries and all that. For all three of them to be in every single series, and I mean, I know they had injuries here and there, and Knicks and all that, but like for them to be healthy I mean, it's the playoffs. We're not healthy is almost an
Yeah, we
oxymoron at that
know.
point, but
Yeah,
for them to be playing games and not go they're 2 for 4,
yeah. They went 2 for 4.
2 and 2,
It was
whatever.
Yeah,
yeah. It was
I
the
50%.
think
Mavericks and the Spurs.
yeah, I think that's I mean they underachieved, and I mean I think that's why I mean we don't even have to get into that. I think Steph deserves a lot more credit than he gets. Still, I mean, he gets a lot of credit, but
Yeah, how much more credit? What he top 3 now? He better
no,
than
no, no,
Kareem.
no. I
Like
think he should be. I think he should be seen as like not unanimously maybe, but pretty comfortably above Magic. Like I think that should be.
the only I think one of the only reasons I think it's still a debate, which I'm fine with the debate. I think a lot of people lack context. And one of the main flaws one of the main like down points they want to put on Curry is like all the help you had like surrounding you. Do people not understand like what Magic Johnson had?
No, he had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, yes. He had
Bro,
big
I learned
game
today the
James
first
Worthy.
couple. I think he has 2 or 3 championships with no salary cap. They playing my league out there. Like, what are we
No, no, hold on.
on the
And I want
Lakers?
you, Justin, I want you to answer this question. I think we all know basketball a little bit. Tell me what competition they were running through in the West. Because at the time, the East was, oh, you had the Sixers, you had the Celtics, you had the Bulls, you had the Pistons. Bro, they was running against the Suns, gang. The Rockets with Hakeem, and Hakeem beat them one year. So it's like, to me, I'm not really high on Magic like as a winner.
I
I
mean,
think when you talk about like those upper echelons guys like in the top 10, I think team accolades is like kind of out of there. You got to just talk about what they did as a basketball
but
player.
I mean, what Magic did as a basketball player was still good though. Like we're acting like
We're
No,
Magic
not
don't get me
saying
wasn't
wrong.
like
He's
Magic was
not.
that
He'll
guy.
never be below number 2. Well, not
eh,
never, but right now he's not number 2 for
Respect
me.
Dylan Harper game.
okay.
Hmm?
I
Oh, hold on, time out. We're talking about those point guard rankings, by the way. Is SGA and Luca not?
That's what
No,
I don't. Me personally, they're not point guards in my book. Um, that's
Luca's not a
on.
point guard.
No, bro. He's like 30 feet tall, bro. No, he's not a point guard. He
Okay,
just
so how
has the
is Magic
ball.
a point guard? Okay, we're not
So
doing
another
that.
point of mine. I mean,
Nah,
I'm not
yeah,
too big on Magic being a point guard, but
we're not doing that, dude. We're
I'm
not
Cause
like
I mean, look, if we're gonna be real, Magic wasn't a defensive liability, but
He was.
Oh,
He was
he
food.
definitely was.
Not as much as Curry
I mean, he just small, but man,
compared to
you gotta
Curry.
think. But you gotta think. Look at how much spacing Curry has to guard in versus Magic. You
No,
on an
I
like
think
today,
I
you're on
think
an island.
I think young Magic was a better defender. I think once Magic, and I'm not trying to be funny, once Magic got a
We
little
know
older and he got his what you call it. Yeah, we're not even about to bring that up. I think he became a bad defender. Like I was watching clips. He looked
And
before
before
Steph is
then
then.
not a
though.
bad defender right now. Steph hasn't been a
Yeah,
bad
Steph got
defender
better.
since like
Yeah, Steph got better progressively.
2017, 18. Like he was, and even then, even when he was a bad defender, Steph was locked in defensively off the ball. He would get. That's how he led the league in steals. He would be in rotations and he would give effort. I think that is underrated. Like was he getting fried sometimes? Don't get me wrong, 100%.
Magic was getting fried too by Isaiah
Who? But
Thomas.
okay, but be
Like
real. Who's guarding Kyrie?
no one.
Who's guarding? I mean, all these people that Steph was getting fried by. Like if as an NBA player, right? If I'm 6'6" with a 40-inch vertical, I can shoot a little bit. I can get to my mid range. There's no way in the world Steph Curry should be able to stop me 1-on-1. He's 6'2", 6'3", whatever you want to call it.
6'3", maybe.
Not athletic. Like for his physical tools, he is a pretty solid defender. Like especially in the later half of his career, I think Magic was not only a beneficiary of spacing, the lack of spacing in that time, but also he was 6'9". Like if you match him with a point guard, you know how I mean, if I don't have a shot, it's gonna be that much harder for me to get around somebody that's 6'9" because he can take a half step back and still be able to contest my shot if I take it, which I'm probably not going to. And he's big. I can't just run through him and get to the goal. So like
Just also to one of your points, I think a lot of people like forget about how we just modernize like NBA basketball, just like in general. Back then, point guards used to guard point guards. Shooting
yeah,
guards used to guard shooting guard. You didn't put your best defender on the best player. So game in, game out, like Magic would get like guys that just aren't like to the standard of being like a good or competent defensive player. And it's like, and the thing is, I think Magic Johnson is like, I think people are just starting to give like too much hate to him. I think he's a fringe top 10 player, but to me, I don't even think he was the best player in his era, which Curry wasn't either. But I think Curry had more of a
Curry had more pull
chance.
though.
Yeah, Curry had more. I'm not trying to even make it seem like that, but I think Curry
I
had
mean, he
more
did.
of a chance. Yeah, Curry had more of a chance to become like the best player. But you was going up against Bird and you not being able to be the best player like on a season. I don't know.
Three
I think Bird was
MVPs.
I think Bird was just a better player. But I understand like the championships and all of that. Like I understand. I think Magic Johnson has some crazy flaws in his game.
And I think if we look at across all eras, I think Magic fits in less eras than Steph does.
Yeah.
I think today Magic would be borderline
Ben Thompson,
obsolete
Ben Simmons. Ben
wi-
Thompson, Ben Simmons.
without the athleticism.
Yeah, but the
So
thing
what?
is, I'm not about to do that with Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson is a way better passer. Magic
Yes,
Johnson
of
is also
course.
a way, even back then, Magic Johnson is a better shooter than both of them.
I mean, that's not saying much.
Come on, bro.
Uh,
But
We
Magic would have got
use
that same treatment though. Magic would have got that same.
I think if Magic would have got sacked off, I don't think Magic would have got literally. Oh, you can do whatever you want over there. They're not doing that to
Yeah,
Magic, dog.
that's true.
They're definitely doing that to a man and Ben though. But
averaging almost 13 assists a game.
hey, bro.
Multiple seasons.
But also again, traditional style of basketball, the point guard will always like be the final person to either pass the ball or shoot the ball. So like that's why John Stockton racked up so many. Like I don't
Dribbled
think
it till
that's
he wanted to, till he wanted to pass the ball.
exactly. I think that's just they play like a really traditional style of basketball. That's why you were able to get those stats off. But again, I think it's stat inflation in
Yeah,
today's league too.
yeah. I
So
mean, but
so I think those balance out. So
yeah,
there's no
of
point in
course.
bringing it up. But hey, and I mess with Magic. I'm not saying he trash. I just don't think like I promise you, and please let me know this. And I understand this is gonna be crazy. If your life was on the line and you had to win a game 7, who are you taking, Jokic or Magic? And be for real.
What? Jokic or Magic?
I'm being so dead ass right now. Be for real.
Where Jokic come from? I think
That's
an
what I'm
easy
saying.
question.
Like this is
No, I'm just saying because that's the range I have Magic. Like I have
Okay.
Magic in like the top 11, top 12ish, and I think Jokic is like kind of like right behind him.
Magic came in his rookie season, game 7, and said, "I got this" when Kareem was hurt and scored 42 points to win the game. In his rookie season. In his
ESPN takes,
rookie
bro.
season.
And would you happen to know how much his next highest scoring teammate had?
How much his next highest scoring teammate had? No. I don't know.
Would you care to take a guess?
Oh,
Go ahead, Ant.
who?
No, Justin got it. I'm just saying, like I'm just
saying,
not.
you gonna take a guess?
No,
Or
no,
no?
you
Are you
go
not
ahead.
taking a
You go
guess?
ahead. No, yeah, go ahead.
The nigga had 37 points.
Was
37 and
it
10.
was it a
Jamal
random
Wilkes.
Jamal? Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
Hall of Famer. So
Jamal Wilkes shot 16 of 30.
30.
So it's not like
Damn.
Magic was just the end all be all for that game.
Bro, but 42 points. Rookie season, by the way. Biggest game of your life. You're asking me.
I just seen Jokic put up 54 in the playoff game. I'm not really impressed by that, man. Okay, I have a question for you, man. Let be for real. Who's a better offensive player, Jokic or Magic?
Jokic.
Okay, so Jokic is a better offensive player, and they're both not good positional defenders. How's Jokic not better?
Huh?
How is Jokic not better than Magic?
How is Jokic not better than Magic? I mean, bro.
If they're both bad at defense or average at defense, and you have Jokic as a better offensive player, how does it make sense that Magic is a better basketball player than Jokic?
Bro.
And I hate doing this because I love Magic, but like I'm just trying to give you context and stuff. That's why I hate, like, would you say Curry's a better offensive player than Magic?
Curry can shoot better, yes.
Who's a better offensive player? And stop, bro.
Bro.
Are you serious right now?
We're looking at the game one-dimensionally right now. But I still like Magic, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like he was gonna get his buckets and he was gonna get the ball to other teammates.
Give the ball to Kareem and say, please help me, God. To me, I'm not.
This man just said Magic
and Curry, like, bro, Curry is I'm not gonna say way better. Curry is better than Magic Johnson offensively. And Jokic is as well. They're both average to below average defensively for their position. How is Magic better than Jokic? Is it accolades? Is it the MVPs and the championships? If that's how you judge, like, your players, that's fine. I promise you it's fine. And I'm not trying to gaslight. It's fine. I'm just saying, for me personally, when you get into like the top 15, top 10 talks, all that, to me, accolades to just go out the window. Because it's like everybody in this club done won. Everybody in this club done got an MVP. I'm genuinely trying to see how good you actually were during your time. So to me, Jokic has a better prime. Jokic has a better peak. Jokic, you can literally argue that Jokic, the best like skill that Magic has, Jokic is probably a better passer than this nigga, dog. Like that's the crazy part to me. Like, I promise you, I'm not trying to slander. I'm not trying to slander.
I don't know
Magic.
if I agree with that one.
Name one thing that Magic does
Luka
on a basketball court better than Jokic.
Bro, that passer one I can't agree
Luka
with.
passed the ball better than Magic, bro.
That's not crazy. To me, that's not crazy to say. I think they're all 10 out of 10 passers. To me, they're all 10 out of 10 passers. I think Jokic is just probably the best passer of all time. So it's
To be
like,
fair though, basketball is supposed to evolve. Like
That's what I was about to say.
players
Because
supposed to be
like
better. So
you,
that's why I say also, and in the same breath, I say this is why I say none of those old players are competing with these new players. Like
like
okay, so why
if it
can't we
comes
say
to
they're
you
better?
can't no, I can't agree with that because Justin literally just was saying what I would say. If you're looking at the eras and you're looking at the play style of basketball, you can't sit there and be like,
no
well,
no
this
no
play
no no
style is
not
this way.
come on just to
If you look at their time and look
or
at, but I'm saying if you're looking at their time, like some of the stuff that what's it called? Just looking at the different eras of basketball, like, of course, modern style basketball, we're like, oh, yeah, they would have killed back then. But, like, you can't really, like, I feel like it's unfair to compare the older players when that's literally the play style. Like, that was an
They
elevated
grew
play
up
style.
on.
That was
no,
an
Yes,
but
I
that just
elevated play
agree.
style
but
for
I'm
what they
saying
were.
what
I
I'm
agree.
saying is I agree with that. I get that. What I'm saying is, but just I think this is close to fact. If you give me whatever five you want to pick from the '80s, whatever five, I don't care. You can pick whatever five.
Julius
You
Erving, fuck it.
I'll take five off one all-star team from the 2020s, 2010s, late 2010s, early 2020s, and beat them by 100. It's just they're just not gonna be as fast, they're not gonna be as strong, they're not gonna be as quick, they're not gonna be able to jump as high. It's just they're not gonna be athletically competent. And I'm sure if you were to hit Magic Johnson with a tween misdirection, his knee might collapse. Like there's stuff they haven't
I
seen.
don't know
Like
what Kareem does in a pick and roll where it's spaced out. I don't know what Kareem does. So I understand, and we cannot compare like players now to back then because the game has advanced so much. So let's compare what they did in their time while they played. Nikola Jokic has been the best player since 2020. How long was Magic Johnson ever the best player in the league? Probably like 2 years when they was winning championships, I guess. But he's never been like the best player in the league with competition like Shea, Luka, Giannis, and Wemby coming along. Like I'm love the 80s, love Bird, all of that. Your only competition back then was what? Old Kareem, Bird, Dr. J after his prime? And then Jordan started coming into the fold, which of course, Jordan is Jordan. But that's like Jordan started really going up there
just
in
when
the
he still had hair
90s.
on his head, had a little fade and all that. Like
Exactly. So
he wasn't
to me, I think me personally, I think Jokic was more dominant in his era. Even though the championships don't show, the winning doesn't show, and we all know why the winning doesn't show. The CBA. They had to literally trade players that they didn't want to, or they had to give players up that they didn't want to. And now they have to like rebuild and reset like certain positions. And I'm not gonna lie, let me just say this right now. If Jokic win one this year, bro, beating Shea, beating OKC, the team that everybody thought was like the best team of all time, like when this season started, if he beat them, dog, he's for sure in my top 10. I'm not like, to me, I think it's just way more difficult to win rings consistently. If you can get you one or two off in this era, I think it's like the equivalent of getting like 3 to 4 in like past eras because it's just the CBA just doesn't allow for that. So like, and I'm not trying to hate on Magic. Promise, I'm not trying to hate on.
can't build a team like he used to, man.
Yeah, you just can't. So, okay, and just one more question before like we probably get up out of here. Do you agree with my statement of like winning 1 or 2 championships in this era is like equivalent to like 3 and 4 in previous eras? Do you agree with that?
No,
Why not?
because bro, just like how you said everybody could build a team. Like if one team could build a team, another team could build one. We gotta keep in mind the different rules, yes, that they had. Like we said before, you could play defense, you could sit in the paint the whole time. Y'all say Magic couldn't shoot. but he had to play in a league where you could sit in the paint and defense, and he was still scoring 19.
Oh, I
Like-
think
like-
Magic was a
like-
I think Magic could score, but I don't think his scoring prowess was that impressive, honestly. Because the thing is, you have to realize Magic wasn't getting most of his buckets in the half court. They were a crazy transition team. So most of his buckets came from transition, which of course the defense isn't set, so it's easier for him to score.
6'9"
When it-
guard moving in is impossible.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not trying to. I promise you, I'm not trying to make excuses to like say why he was doing this. Like Magic was great. I
And
just
then-
think it was easier to win back then. Like win consistently.
Yeah.
I mean, my
I
other
think
thing
like
is
the Warriors kept their main core from like what 20. When was Dre drafted? Dre was before Clay.
I would say like
20,
2012, 22. Yeah.
2012 to 2022 ish. That'll never happen today. You'll never see. I mean, to be fair, Steph was on a weaker contract because of his ankles, but still, you'll never see 3 players like that for that long on a team without taking a pay cut. And I think that's sad. Like that's a terrible move by the CBA. But I mean, like, well, the Players Association, working the CBA and all that. But I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, you win a championship. I mean, you got a 3 to 5 year window at this point. Like, you used to
Yeah,
be able to
you
have,
literally
you know,
have
5
like
plus
3.
to 8, 10. You got 3 to 5 years, unless you just happen to luck into another great draft pick, or you just have a whole bunch of you know, not clientele, trade
No,
capital,
if you have
capital.
trade capital, or if your players are good and on young, like they're good young
like a
and on
Sam
like
Presti,
small contracts.
OKC. Sam
Yeah, that's what I'm
Presti
saying.
in OKC. Yeah.
And to me, if Shea is able to like rattle off like 1 or 2 more in this era, bro, like he's going in that top.
I
that top
honestly,
10 as well.
I don't see them winning again this year. I just don't.
I can see it. I can see them winning, but also if J Dub is doing what he's doing right now, they're definitely not winning. But I think Shay's, you know how I feel about Shay. He's the greatest player that ever touched the earth. So
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a claim to make. Well,
Yeah.
I
On
think
that note,
that's a claim.
On that note,
we can wrap this up. We can talk about that one later.
definitely.
That's it for Virtual Huddle. Get back to you with the next video.
Definitely.
Leave some comments, some hot takes.
Definitely leave the
about.
hot takes. Definitely leave the hot takes so we can bring them next Friday.
I need the old heads in here, man.
And let us know what y'all think about our topics. Do you think, you know, we're tripping? If we tripping, let us know.
Definitely let us know, man.
Mark's Larry Bird take is insane, by the way, but we can talk about that
We'll talk
later.
about Larry. Yeah, we'll talk about Larry Bird next episode.
All right. Peace.